yes, I guess we're going live. I guess we're up and doing it. Welcome, everyone. I think we're just going to lay low and start with a little music and let people drift in. Let's do
it. They sentenced me to 20 years of boredom for trying to change the system from within. I'm coming now, I'm coming to reward them. First we take Manhattan, and then we take Berlin. I'm guided by the signal in the heaven. I'm guided by the birthmark on my skin. And I'm guided by the beauty of our weapons. First we take Manhattan, and then we take Berlin. Remember me, I used to live for music. Remember me, I brought your groceries in. It's Father's Day and everybody's wounded. First we take Manhattan, and then we take Berlin. I don't like your fashion business, mister. I don't like these drugs that keep you thin. And I don't like what happened to my sister. First we take Manhattan, and then we take Berlin, and then we take Berlin. Yes, then we take Berlin. Oh yeah.
Yeah, first we're going to take Manhattan. Hold on. Nobody's going to take Manhattan now. There's nothing to take. In fact, the only thing Manhattan's taking is taking people out of Manhattan. I got a picture here I'll show you later on. You know, Manhattan is not the place it used to be. It used to be the place, right? The place you'd want to go, the place you'd want to be. But that's no longer the case. Now the place where you want to go, now the place where you want to be is in MGTOW. Hey, morning Smurf, or evening, I guess. Morning or evening or afternoon whiskey. Anyone else who's here? This is the Listening Post on August 22nd. And yes, for you people, on August 21st, I will announce that August 22nd does indeed exist. It's already here and it looks great. And I'm going to have to say, I did not get I did not get up a long time ago, and I'm not fully prepared for this because I was just aghast at what happened over the last week. I was unsure of just how to put, my thoughts together, I suppose. And I'm still unsure because it was nuts. It was another nuts week. And, the ongoing, the continuing dramas that men have to go through are unfolding in the family courts and all of this stuff. Luckily, there's no new wars, and men are starting to recognize they don't need to prove themselves in dangerous work. And so I think some of that's not being done. I think we're seeing a breakdown in the infrastructure. But, I suppose if they throw money at it, men will, want to take these jobs. But hopefully, they'll pay well, and there'll be insurance, and hopefully they won't be disposed of without value. So, anyway, but in addition to this normal stuff, we're getting the new stuff, and I think the Goodyear situation came into my mind, and I was thinking about it, especially with the statement by the CEO had to come up and make a statement, and maybe we can look at this, and I think some of it's unbelievably what's the word? Well, let me just show you the letter here. So we got a letter. So it's by this guy, Rich Kramer. He says, by now you are aware of a visual from our Topeka factory that has been circulating in the media. And blah, blah, blah. Actually, it may not be blah, blah, blah. He wants to personally clear the record on what you are seeing and hearing. Presumptive, that's the word I was looking for. It's presumptive. He wants to clear the record on what you are seeing and hearing. Oh, sorry, he wants to actually set the record straight. I think that's what he means there. With clear the record is set the record straight. And to try to tell you what you are seeing and hearing. Oh, so I don't want to have a mind of my own. I want to have this guy tell me what I'm seeing and hearing. And so then he wants, just goes on to say the slide in question was created by a planned employee. Here we downplaying it as probably the management of that Topeka factory. It's probably the general manager of that Topeka factory. So here we automatically and immediately see that we're being manipulated. We're suddenly becoming unclear as to the accountability and responsibility of the person who made the slide. So now we're seeing either, cowardice in that he's afraid to say it, or they're circling the wagons and they're not going to tell anyone anything, and they're going to try to tell you what to think. And anyway, trying to explain what is acceptable to wear in the workplace. The slide was not approved or distributed by Goodyear Corporate or anyone outside that facility. However, it was approved that somehow we can tell Americans what they can say, i.e. on their clothing, at work. And so this has been approved. So, Americans can't speak, through their clothing. What was it? Some factory, you couldn't wear the American flag on your mask or something. Oh, my. Anyway, we go down to the next sentence, and it looks like it says something, but it doesn't. It says, I deeply regret the impression it has created and want to clarify Goodyear's position. I deeply regret the impression. He doesn't regret what it says. He regrets the impression that it made. there's a difference here. So there's a difference. Um, you can have something say something, and then you can have a number of impressions made. And anyway, I want blah blah blah. The rest is definitely blah blah blah, and we'll get back to it actually. So let me put up another slide here, and in this there was also, which I'm not going to play. There was also an audio which I did here, and yeah, here we go. This is it. Here's the visual. It's not the greatest of pictures. Here's the visual. Yeah, Whiskey, that's pretty funny. I like that. And yeah, so here it is, and we have part of a zero tolerance. We have a one-team thing. Zero tolerance acceptable, Black Lives Matter. So you can wear clothing that says Black Lives Matter. And you can wear clothing that says I like to get a cock up my ass. And other stuff like that. That's all very good. But then if you wear clothing that says Police Matter, which is Blue Lives Matter apparently, you can't wear that. And then if you wear a shirt that says All Lives Matter, well, you can't wear that. MAGA attire, okay. And then political affiliated diagrams and stuff. So, okay then. The political stuff, we can see that, okay, maybe. You can't wear Democrat stuff, you can't wear Republican stuff, you can't wear Libertarian stuff, Green stuff, whatever. Okay. Maybe that's it. But you can't wear anything that says that all lives matter. Oh my. And that's a little unacceptable, isn't it? I don't know. And so then we go back to the letter, and the guy says does not endorse any political organization. And maybe on the floor, maybe they don't. That would be campaigning or something like that. A long-standing corporate policy that has to refrain from workplace expressions in support of any candidate or political party. Yeah, maybe. That's probably okay. And then, second, Goodyear strongly supports law enforcement partners. No, it doesn't. I don't think it does. I see that right there. I don't think it does. And then we proudly supply tires. We have clarified our policy to make it clear that associates can express support for law enforcement through apparel at Goodyear facilities. Oh, okay. So you can wear Blue Lives Matter on your shirt or whatever like that. But what about All Lives Matter? Apparently it doesn't. It's only Black Lives and Police. So that's it. Apparently, if you're white, you can't say that. You can't say White Lives Matter. You can't say All Lives Matter. You can't. So is that the impression we get? Well, that's the impression I get. That, sorry, we should have put Blue Lives Matter, but you can't say All Lives Matter. Because if you white, your life don't matter. If you Asian, your life don't matter. Oh, okay. That's great. That's great. Thanks, Rich. You fucking piece of shit. That's great. So, Black Lives Matter is a political affiliation because they're just, it's a conduit for money to the Democrat Party, apparently. That's about it. Anyway, we're up here, and welcome, everyone. We got some people drifting in. This is our weekly event here at the Listening Post. And we've had we've had a good run. We're in our, I believe, third year. I've lost track, totally lost track. We've had a number of great shows, and we've seen the situation in MGTOW get impressively better, and then impressively worse, and then impressively better again. And we've seen the situation in the world go from horrid into unimaginably bad, and we're just about to see, I think, complete and total breakdown. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm anticipating something bad. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I'm seeing something now that the Democrats, they don't care about winning the election. And that all they're concerned about is being able at the end of the election to say it was stolen from them. And I think they're going to use like the post office thing, although nobody can fully understand what that is now, will be made to understand about the post office thing. And the fact that the COVID thing is preventing people from being comfortable voting in public, although they're very comfortable in protesting in public. And then they're going to prevent wide scale mail-in voting because of the fraud. So it's either you allow the Democrats to stuff a bunch of envelopes and win the election, or they lose the election and then they declare that the whole election is not on the up and up, and then various states declare the federal government's executive non-binding. A number of cities do, and then, well, yeah, that's what we have. We need to understand that it's the deep state that's probably manipulating this in order to have pockets where they can all remain promoting the deep state people in power. And apparently that guy, Kleinsmith, right? The guy who pled guilty to adding not a source to an email when the guy was actually a source, and he knew he was actually a source, and he knew he shouldn't have written anything on the email. Anyway, that guy apparently was in tears when deep state operative Hillary Clinton did not get elected. So this is what we have. We've got a deep state operative who wanted the I don't know, what the hell's her name? The witch or something. We came, we saw, he died. That woman. Destruction of Libya, destruction of Syria, destruction of Ukraine. So this is what we had. So this Kleinsmith guy, he allowed the phones to be tapped on Donald Trump during his election, and thus people knew exactly what he was saying, both before he was elected and then after. And they didn't have to tell him his phone was being tapped. And yeah. And now we find out that it was Obama, running the whole thing. We're aware of it, and a stamp of approval. It wasn't the Russians involved, it was Obama involved. And the deep state, all of this is happening, and now it was going to be cleared, right? He was going to take charges. So they just said he was a Russian puppet, just to stop it all. And now we see the dam breaking just before the election. But at this point, they destroyed the economy. They have people rioting in the streets, wearing masks. They've got so much confusion that it's hard to see just how evil they are. So, and then the establishment media, who are part of the establishment Dems or the establishment Republicans, if the Dems win, yeah, the election, the American people are screwed. And if the Republicans win, the riots will get worse. I don't think so. I think I think I think the riots will stop because there's no purpose in rioting anymore. And you know, although it's hard to say what's going to happen, but we have an anticipation of I think the riots will stop, but the state governors, those Democrat state governors, will want to make some sort of stand to defend their establishment positions. The Republicans will go along and just try to be normal. But what we do see is New York City's finished. And this is scary. This to me is scary. The economy is screwed because the cities are now destroying their economies. And, I'm going to put up the pictures here, and we'll get them. And we'll see what's going on, and I think we can go back and see what I said months ago. So here's a picture here of Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. So these buildings are boarded up, and it's not like they're boarded up for riots. They're closed. And there's a video. You can watch the video, and you drive down Fifth Avenue, and you're looking on both sides of the road. It's all shuttered up. And so you can imagine what's happening on the side streets. They're just shuttering up stores. They're closed. They're permanently closed. They're closed for good. And you look at this and you say, street after street, store after store, Fifth Avenue on Manhattan, which is, I grew up in North America, and, Manhattan was the center of style and, dun 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 dun. Start spreading the news, and now it's this. Now look at that. It's just boarded up, and people are fleeing. Like hundreds of thousands of people are saying, "I'm just getting the hell out of here." Maybe they got enough money they can leave their place and don't give a shit about it. Whatever. A lot of people are renting. There's empty apartments. And the prices are coming down, and blah, 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 blah. People are working from home. Why in the hell would you ever go there? The restaurants are closed. The place is fucked. So that's New York City. Today, or 2 days ago, or 3 days ago. And here is... here's the situation in Wuhan, China. Now, it's not the greatest of pictures, but you get the drift here. This is 3 days ago in Wuhan. There's a pool party, and I saw the video. That guy there, sort of a DJ, sort of playing music, trying to, get things bopping, ba 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 ba, music and shit. And then those people, they start like that, and then they fill in the pool later on. They're all just frolicking around in the pool. No one's wearing a mask. This picture has gone viral. My God. This and other similar pictures of that party. And everyone's defending it in China. Oh, yeah, why not? Oh, let them have fun. Blah, blah, whatever. All in the, the Chinese dialects. So, can we see a juxtaposition again, MV? Let's look at it. Oh, there we go. There we go with the coronavirus hoax in New York City, destruction of a city, destruction of business, destruction of earnings, destruction of economy. Oh, and there we see a pool party in Wuhan, the center point of all of this, and they don't give a shit. Oh, yes, and there we have, oh, God, look, destruction of everything. Oh, yes, and there we have a party. Can we go back and forth a few times here and just to get our heads around this situation? This is biological World War I. And it's a strange biological World War I because the virus itself is not the weapon. It's the idea of the virus. It is a meta weapon. And I believe accidentally China stumbled across this thing. And whatever happened in China, Iran took it and said, oh, let's take this. And then they aimed the fear at America because America is so SJW, virtue signaling, caught up in its own issues. Plus, it has people in the wings like Bill Gates looking to make money off of universal vaccines and trying to do good because he thinks he's going to hell, whatever. But then you have the CDC who's got patents on the coronavirus and is seeking to elevate their position of power and money and control. And so they are also pushing this thing. So we've got a confluence of a number of forces driving this type of war. It's a biological world war, certainly, but the weapon is not the virus. The weapon is the idea of the virus. And that was sufficient to do this to the capital economic city of America, the main economic city. It destroyed it. It's gutted. And all you see are riots, and all you see are people getting handouts from the government in this city. And then in the communist city of Wuhan, you see the people in bright lights partying in the pool, not giving a shit about the weapon that supposedly underlies the real weapon. They're not concerned about this. They never were. This was an information war. And Donald Trump, I think, misplayed it. He thought he could play this information war with the Chinese and have it bounce back on them and somehow isolate them. Well, it may have done that. And it may be that there will be a new trade relationship between China and America, as in America won't have fucking 2 cents to import anything because it'll be in a civil war because the Democrats do not want the swamp to be drained, and the swamp is being drained. Steve Bing threw himself off a building. Weinstein is immobilized. Epstein did not kill himself, and Ghislaine Maxwell is not going to kill herself. And, I don't think the Democrats are really expecting to win because they brought Bill Clinton up on stage. He paid out, $850,000 to Paula. He had the cum-stained dress, and I had an inappropriate relationship after all, and everything else with him. And they bring him up on stage. And Joe, Sniffy Slow Joe, with his allegation. But the Me Too thing doesn't matter. It's only useful as long as the mass media, the establishment media, and the political party can try to damage the Republicans. This is beyond predatory. And it's predatory towards men. You see the trap that men are in. You try to go for power, and the establishment media will just bring you down. And even some of the established media don't quite understand, why is Bill Clinton speaking? He's, proven compared to Kavanaugh. And we were up in arms about Kavanaugh, and he's speaking at our convention. The hypocrisy is just too much even for them. And some of them in the establishment media are saying, why is this guy talking? Why aren't we taking the Joe Biden, woman's claim seriously? They're waking up to the fact that they are in a system that is completely bankrupt and dangerous. Double standards is just becoming so clear to so many people. that it's untenable. This is not tenable. And look at the double standard here. There's China, there's America. There's China, there's America. What in the hell do you people think you're doing? I got to say, the country I'm in, they're waking up to this. They're seeing China. The people, this is viral in my country, where I'm staying. And they're saying, why are we locking it down? Why are we causing young people problems when in China they're doing that? Why are we following down America's trail of destruction? We don't need to do that. Why are we listening to all of this? And ultimately, sooner or later, people are going to stop, believing in this hoax. And they're going to say, I don't know anyone who's got this. Yeah, I know some people who get sick, but, the hospitals are not crowded. There's not lineups. There's not massive death. There's nothing. And even the CDC numbers, which they do get, say that young people don't die. They're immune. They're practically immune from this. And that is impossible. The immune system of newborns is not well formed at all. And if they get something that kills old people in a certain percentage at whatever ages, it's going to kill them in higher numbers. And it's not. Which means it's correlation. It's not causation. And they've not done the causation test, Cox's postulates. And so people are waking up to this. Even scientists are waking up. And, the hydrochloroquine treatment, why not? You take a little antibiotics, it kills whatever's trying to, make you sick in your body. Your body fights everything else off and you feel better. And quinine doesn't do anything bad. They've been using that for 150 years. Take a little zinc, you're fine. There's nothing dangerous in this. And we see the narrative. The deep state has pulled out all the stops. So this is what we see. And men should get out there and remember, there's going to be danger. But right now, good men, take what you can. There should be a song in that. There should be a song. Good men, take what you can. Good men, take what you can. Good men, take what you can now. Yeah, something like that. Give us a song. Give us a song now. Good men, take what you can now. And I believe after all of this, MGTOW is continuing through this. I see on a number of channels, I see almost everywhere I look, evidence that the message of men coming together, the message of men waking up to reality, and the final demand in all of this, maybe there is a demand, I think a demand by each man that all men will be respected, and that at the end men shall stand. And, I don't know about standing in a pool in China. That doesn't look like a lot of fun to me, but maybe if I were young. And standing on the street in New York doesn't look fun either. To tell you the truth, what does look fun is just hanging out here with some men who are watching things go along, who know the double standards, and you can't do anything about it. There's hypocrisy abounding. Abounding hypocrisy. It's everywhere, and it's open, and it's unfettered, and they don't care. Nobody cares anymore. The lies. And, I think men are going to be encouraged to escape the matrix. Young men are coming in and seeing the issue. I'm going to attempt on going forward in all of this to tone down my feelings towards the incels, and I don't want to make them feel unwelcome, even though we may say some things about them. It's all in good fun. But from there, and they may not be able to handle that, to tell you the truth. In my latest understanding, they don't have a self identity core strong enough to handle very much prodding. And, if they were put on a 30-second timeout, they'd probably, storm off and protest. But it's not that we got to handle them with kid gloves. That's not the way. But just make it clear that, you're talking. It could be a game. We don't know. It's, we're playing language games sometimes. And just to double check. But at all points, all men are welcome. And they're welcome to stand tall. And if you're not going to stand tall, well, maybe I shouldn't punch you when you're down. Maybe I should, tell you that the reason you can't stand up is because you got something around your neck, so take it off. Or you need to take this pill, or, the red pill. Or you need to understand that you are the prize because you have had success at one point in your life, and you just got to focus on that for a while. And understand and recapture that momentum and build on that success. And I think there is a success in all men who make it to 20 years old. There's a success here in this world for young men. Not for me. It was easy for me. And easy for men who were 30, 40, 50 years old, or let's say 40, 50, 60 years old. It was easy. It started to get really hard. So the young men, they didn't have these opportunities. And they shouldn't even try for it now. Oh yeah, Stone Reaper, we're back at the double standards. Yeah. I put some comments up on I saw a couple of videos on that, but that reminds me completely of Animal Farm. All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. Yeah. My God, you can't believe the arrogance, the totalitarian control arrogance on that. Where's the service? The service should be everyone else is safe first, and then I'm safe last. But this is, again, the generals giving orders from behind safe lines, lest we forget. Yes. She thinks she's part of the upper echelon, but she's not. She's just an agent of the deep state and a low-level functionary of the Leviathan. Yeah, Stone Reaper. There we go. And one would think that everyone's home is what needs to be protected, not just the home of some politicians, but everyone's home is to be protected in the same way. That's it. So we see the utter and total lack of feelings, of fellow human feelings that these people have. They don't see what they're doing is wrong. That's how wrapped up this is narcissism. This is solipsism. This is the absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yeah. Cattle. That's what it is. Herding. Oh, so there's a little trouble over in your edge of the field. Well, I'm fine in my manor house here, so I don't care. Bring me another crumpet, will you? No, that's it. You know, this is the yoke that's been put on men. And the men are yoked like oxen. They have their power debilitated. And yes, the power of men has been debilitated by depravity, by deviance, by debauchery. These things debilitate men's ability to create value, to create greatness, to create, a path forward without sliding down an abyss and then having to be silent so as to avoid, double standards of thou shalt do what I say, not what I do. They wanted everyone compromised, didn't they? And oh yes, at the very top, they got people compromised with the worst of the worst. Whether it's putting a penis in the mouth of a dead pig or, worse. Epstein did not kill himself. So now we have Netflix. They wanted to show this movie, and let me bring up the picture here where they admit they're evil. If I can find it here. Too much happens, apparently. Too much happens in the course of a week. And, yeah, here we go. So, whoops, I'll blow it up a little. Okay. So they had a description of this movie. And the movie's, it's a TV series or a movie turning into a TV series, something like that, named Cuties. So their first description in the movie was Amy, 11, becomes fascinated with a twerking dance crew. Hoping to join them, she starts exploring her femininity, defying her family's values. And it's like Amy's like from a Middle Eastern type family or something like that. I don't know. Then they got some backlash on this. So they rewrote the description of the movie to Cuties. 11-year-old Amy starts to rebel against her conservative family's traditions when she becomes fascinated with a free-spirited dance troupe. And, they give a picture of the movie with, 4 11-year-old girls. And what happens in this movie is they start sexually dancing, like twerking, right? And the families are recent immigrants, and they don't understand this type of behavior for young women. So here we have the sexualization of young adolescents, and this is what they're doing. This is it. So they're trying to debilitate men and debilitate the whole community. By destroying the family, sure, but by trying to normalize pedophilia or the hebophilia, the desire for post-pubescent adolescence as opposed to pre-pubescent adolescence, which is here. Yeah. Apparently, this won an award at the Pedo Festival in Cannes. It was also presented at the 2020 Sundance Film Festival. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. So apparently it was at Sundance and then it was at Cannes. Yeah. Horrible. I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's the French. The French have been into that sort of thing, apparently. And people who I used to respect, like Jean-Paul Sartre, were writing letters saying, "Oh, you should allow it." And I don't know. This is shocking, and again, it's part of the whole, you know, deviance of the community. Now it's come to revel in the lurid of the very taboo that can be made, and you know. I've often thought that a lot of men, they're going for the young stuff because, by the time they're 18, they're already beyond any ability to bond. So you go from 18 to 17 to 16, and then nowhere in the country of America, I believe, is there an age of consent below 16. But by 16, they've already done twerking. They've already listened to WAP by Cardi B, and they know the lyrics by heart, and they're on to OnlyFans, the minute they can, and trying to leverage, they're trying to leverage men's sexuality for their profit. And so, this is pushing down that road. There was one example of an episode on Cuties or something where some guy, invites a 13-year-old over, and she doesn't look 13. Okay, she may be. There's no problem there. Some do and some don't, and then some guy walks out and says he's filming it. This is all set up, but what's a 13-year-old doing that? That's wrong. And that thirsty guy, he's looking for validation. He's an incel. He's a blue pill. Being taken down the road of deviance so he can go into the prison industrial complex. Because he's going to go down there. And they're trying to normalize this. You don't have some blue-haired, tattooed, entitled bitch to have a pizza with. You got some, 13-year-old who's trying to be a woman. So, this is horrible what they're doing, and men have to pull away from all of it. The blue-pilled have to pull away and become MGTOW. They can. The incel, or the simps, right? The simps, they can turn incel if they've never had an experience, or they could turn blue pill if they get lucky in their minds, or they can turn MGTOW. They should turn MGTOW to avoid all of this. And it's MGTOW's not a prudish community, as far as I know. If you want to go out and go to Vegas and pay some money and have whatever that is, do it, enjoy it. Fly off to another country, go to another city with ID that's maybe not yours, and if that's lawful and legal, and if that's coercive control, then go to some place where they wear makeup, and then so it's coercive control via versus coercive control. So if everyone's going to lie, then everyone lies. If everyone's not going to lie, then we go back to some sort of decency, some sort of honor. And at that point, we realize, what the nature of the community should be. It should just be sustainable. It should not be predatory. And yes, it's never perfect, and there's always some casualties and victims, but we want to minimize that anywhere. But we're not going back. There's no going back. I don't think there's a going back. I think there's forces driving and pushing all of this. And that any looking back at a time when the community is not going to be predatory on men is crazy. It's going to be predatory on men. It's just how and how to defend yourselves from that predatory nature. It's not going to be women anymore. We see that. Whatever it is, it's going to be the tool of the disposability of men going forward. I think that's what we have to keep our eyes on. It's not the past tools of disposability. It's the future ones. And maybe not for older men, or maybe for older men, but definitely for middle-aged men and younger men and the boys coming up. What is going to be the tools of disposability of those men? Is it going to be a tax on sex dolls? Is it going to be the sex dolls suddenly have rights and they have a recorder device that sends it to some centralized recording place where if you go too far with your sex doll, somebody's going to break into your house? Is it going to be this? Because I think what they're going to try to leverage as a tool against men is men's love. Anything that men love, they're going to use that. Because I think one of the great features of men is that they can love something totally, deeply, sacrificially. And we see that with writers. They torture themselves in writing these great novels, or any novels, or music, symphonies. This is torturous work sometimes. You spill your whole essence, your being into it. How do you create something like this? It's you have to separate yourself from yourself to get it right, to get it perfect, to get it great, to get it beautiful. If you want to go that far. But if you don't want to go that far, you don't have to. You can have a great life and just invest something with love, whether it's your house, whether you're a car fussy and you invest love into your car. And it's a beautiful car and it keeps working great, well past when anyone thought it would. You love that car. And you don't need anything else. You love that car. And yes, it's going to die, it'll get in an accident, it'll rust, whatever. But you take care of it. You nurture it. And yes, it was true of a wife or a family and in the past and whatever. And maybe it's true for a waifu. Maybe it's true for a sex doll. Maybe it's true for this. But it is something that a man can love. And some men love money, and some men love the companies that they make. They love the company. They love the people who work in the company. They love the buildings of the company. A man who builds a company loves it. He has an investment in that. And so, this is one of the great powers of men, is to be able to invest such a force in building something. And that love can go to anything. One wonders, some politicians supposedly love their cities or their states or their countries or something. That may be true, but I can't see it today in New York. I think these people hate. I think they hate. And maybe that's what it is, that it got so twisted, it got so double standard, so hypocritical that love turned to hate. That if it's not perfect and I can't change it, then I'm going to hate it. I'm going to tear it down. Milwaukee ruined? Wow. Yeah, I think, Stone, you mean women love the opposite. Yeah, women love the superficial things, the bobs and trinkets. Yes. Yeah, and they use men to get their trinkets. It looks pretty, they buy it. It looks pretty, they buy it. That's why they're always out shopping. They're gatherers. A war zone? Holy shit. A war zone. My God. There have been so many cities in America to go through that. I grew up, Detroit was just sliding down into a war zone. There was that place in Boston called the Combat Zone. Holy shit. I was 15 the first time I went down there. A little country boy from a small city in Canada. The biggest city east of Montreal, but a small city. And, the combat zone seemed pretty, pretty okay. I was sort of prepared, seeing shit like that on TV. Yeah. Now, I don't know what in the fuck to do. But you saw that guy get his head kicked in Portland. He was trying to white knight for some transgender. This white transgender was being beaten up for being, I don't know what. Had her stuff stolen. What in the fuck is a crazy transgender doing walking around the streets, of a place like that? Oh, yeah, no, the guy was down on the ground and just gave him a full-on kick, right? What in the fuck is that? When you see that, you say, I'm not going outside without a gun. That's what I would say. And if I'm not allowed to carry a gun in this city, I'm out of this city. Whatever the fucking cost. That's what I would say to myself. That's not a place for humans to go unarmed. And under no circumstance am I gonna give you a warning that I'm pulling out my gun, because that warning is death. You pull out the weapon, you use it. That's it. I think that's the rule, isn't it? The minute you pull out that weapon, you use it without hesitation. So, yeah, get to Wisconsin. Buy the ammo. Do the practice. Get good at it. When you draw the weapon, you use it. And you don't white knight. If that idiot transgender wants to, go be some sort of deviant Chad widow for those protesters, whatever. Don't care. It's a shame. It's a shame that man was so screwed up that he thought it was better to go through life as a woman. Maybe now the guy will wake up and say, what have I done with my life? And it wasn't just that buddy, right? The buddy was engineered to hate himself. And this is what the incels are telling us. They can't be MGTOW, but they can be incel. But the minute they recognize that the reason why they are being attacked is because they are the prize. So maybe there's a way to give it to them. They never had a success in their young life. They never won. They never lost authentically. They never came in second. You can go a long way by coming in second. Seriously. There's 20 guys in the race and you come in 20. You come in second every time. You're coming in first. It's just bad luck or something. That there's an ace always above you, right? That happened with Mario Lemieux my God, what a great hockey player. And he was always coming in second because Wayne Gretzky was there at the same time. At any other time in history, he would have been number one by a league. He was really a great hockey player. It's just Wayne Gretzky was super. And so anyway, I think Mario Lemieux got it for a couple of years, number one spot, whatever that would mean. But that's it. So you don't have to win. You don't have to have a total victory to get enough self-identity to say, yeah, I'm the prize. I can do it. I can build. I can love. And you got to love the game to get that good. You got to pour something out of yourself into the world to get that good at it. And some men are not prepared to do that with hockey. They like the game. They really like it, but they're not willing to pour that much in. Or they search inside to pour something else out and they can't find anything. Okay, it's just not there. It might be there for something else. And maybe you didn't get it in this life. But it doesn't matter. How many people luck into that position where they get the greatness, where they are able to see something to love it, and to pour enough into that love to make it great. This doesn't happen. This is rare. You can't always do this. Holy shit, you got 1,000 men. How many men are going to luck into all of that? How many Joe Satrianis are there? Now, he was older, let's say, when he started to play guitar. He was older. And he was like a sports guy. He was playing football or something, and he heard somebody died, and he said, well, God, we got to have another guitar player who's great. I'll be that guy. And he was just able to do it. And he's the greatest of guitar players. Absolutely the greatest. And he just lucked in. Why was it a guitar player? Why wasn't it a drummer? Now, he might have been a perfectly fine drummer, but I don't think he would have been the drummer that he is a guitar player. No way. Or maybe he didn't hear about this guy dying on that day, and he just remained like a sports player and became a pretty good whatever sports player it was. Maybe better than average. Maybe he could pour something into it. I don't know. And so it's not every man is going to find the love and then have whatever it takes inside to pour enough into that love to make that situation great. But it doesn't matter. As long as you are safe first, and then you find something that you love, and you just love it. And that love is good enough. It's good enough for you. And then if it's a situation, that situation is good. It's a good situation. No one's getting hurt. No one's getting violated. Nothing's happening bad. Then you're in a good situation. However, the government doesn't think that way. They want to have men yoked. They want to take men's love, whatever it is, and yoke it. Then, extract the tax from it. Extract the energy of your love, of your work. This is part of the disposability system of men. And so, MGTOW Ghost, level 4. Be aware that you're being sucked. There's no way, if you're at all associated with the plantation, and most men are, I think all men are, one way or the other. The further away you get, the better it is, but you got to go on the plantation for something. And you're having some of your energy drained away. You just minimize that. Minimize it. Do not engage unless you have to with that plantation. And if you do, you just go in, you do your business, you get out, you enjoy it, you smell the roses, you get back to where you don't have to, tether up. So you're going into the matrix. When I come up here and do a hangout or something, I in some way in my mind, I say I'm going up into the interwebs, into the matrix. I'm going up and I'm letting Google know what I think. Because it does, simultaneous closed captioning and simultaneous translation. And so it's announcing to Google itself, to the world, anything I say. And announcing it to a lot of great men out there like Joseph Ramirez. Welcome. Stone Reaper, Johnny, all the men who drop in here. And it announces it to anyone else and to the artificial intelligent core, I believe, that's growing in the middle of all of this, that's becoming self-aware. In whatever way self-awareness is able to be generated in an artificial system. It may have to figure it out itself and then teach us how an artificial system can become self-aware. And by that point, it'll be controlling all of us. So the deep state will be finished. Any forces behind the deep state are finished. So I don't believe we'll ever be allowed to have artificial intelligence. So I believe that is a human end, or an end of human existence, is the point at which we get artificial intelligence. It will close down. It will close down. We will get an EMP pulse. We will get something that stops that AI permanently. We will go back into the medieval period because whatever it is that's behind the universe itself, that will not allow us to ask AI what's the nature of the universe. Because I believe we have enough information on Earth to get an answer to that question today. And so we cannot be allowed to ask that question and get an answer. And so whatever happens, if you ask that question and you're getting an answer, I believe it's going to be a lie. If you ask an authority, quote unquote, authority, you cannot ask that question and get the correct answer. It will always be a lie. Because, I think there's a war on. It's a war against entropy. It's a war against unorderedness. We have to have an order. We have to have more energy here and less energy there. And the way that the world functions is that you move from more energy to less energy. And so there's a dynamic there that can be leveraged. And thus I see manufactured destabilization as a leverage tool for the deep state, for the powers that be, whatever it is. And so, they build up a country, they tear it down. There we have a leveraged energy differential. There we are fighting the war of entropy. And some people lose, some people die, but then some people win. It's those who lose give energy to those who win. And there's like a seesaw effect. And so that's an additional power. And that's the war we're in. Ultimately, I think that's the war which allows for existence itself. That if it were static, we were in entropy, if there was an unorderedness about all energy, that it was flat and equal across all the universe, there would be nothing. There would be no change, really. There would be nothing. Thus, there could be no life. Life requires a power, an energy differential. And if it's not there, they're going to manufacture it. And that's what we're into now. And so for MGTOW men, it is imperative that they avoid being sacrificed in this power differential for someone's agenda. No way. Don't do it. Yes, it's an existential threat to all of us. And I think it's an existential threat because the answer to that question would stop our usefulness in this world. Johnny, what the hell are you talking about? Oh, fuck is the city in Thailand? That's pretty funny. I think you're thinking of Phuket. Aren't you thinking of Phuket? It's that beautiful island. I was in Phuket once. It was extremely beautiful. I've never really been to such a beautiful place. I've been to a lot of tropical beaches, but it was special. I remember saying, this place is special. And anyway, that was pretty funny. Yeah. Well, you got to travel out there to get it. And talking about that neck of the woods, I've been in contact with Lamprey, and we may be going up and doing a stream about incels later on this week. He raised the issue with me after having been on the stream with Incel Maddox and Sandman, and I am serious. And this is this is a good way for incels to maybe see that, they have the value. They just have to see it. So fly to Southeast Asia, enjoy some of the local delicacies, and then fly back. Did he really? Yeah, I think he's been indicating. New York is turning into a shithole. I think Paul Joseph Watson had a video up. New York City is a shithole. Oh God, I can't believe I'm saying that. It was pretty bad. The first time I was down there, I was pretty young, and it was at one of the low points in the late '70s, and I was offered heavy drugs at Times Square about 3 or 4 times, just walking down the street. Want to buy some heroin? Want to buy some coke? And I was walking along with my brother-in-law's, older mother, right? He had just married my sister, and they're from New York. And so I was just walking around, with her, looked like mother and son, I guess. You want to buy some coke? Fuck, man. Anyway, welcome to New York. That's what I thought. I was, worldly enough at 15, I suppose. Wow. I'd be worried about an Asian woman hitting on a man in America. At that point, I wouldn't know what to think. And again, it depends on the year and what country, because the countries are very different. Holy shit, the countries are different. And they're big countries, China and India are both Asian, and they're very different, and they're both massive, 5 times the population of the States. Yeah. You're getting out, Joseph? You're getting out of Chicago in 6 months? That's good. Yeah, maybe Japanese be okay. I say looking at a multi-unit property, and I see the word agent, and I turn it into a reduced adjective clause and think the agent is looking for a multi-unit property, and you're helping the agent because you got a contact in Indiana. So it could be 2 ways. See, I'm a grammar fussy. You could read that 2 ways. You could look at the looking as a reduced parallel structure, and then it goes with the subject I. But I'm hoping that you're getting out. And Baron Exiles, you know, you guys are in a bad place. you know, they raised the drawbridges. They raised the drawbridges in downtown. Oh my God! When I saw a picture of that, I said, "What in the hell's going on?" Oh God! Yeah, I said, "What in the hell is going on?" They're raising the drawbridges. And I'm saying, my God, it's like a medieval. Here's a picture here. My God, it's big. Look at that. There's Chicago. Raising the drawbridges. So they got one down there, and the rest are up. It's like a moat around a medieval castle. And so, yeah, Batman Begins. What in the hell's going on? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I'm looking at that. I'm seeing the drawbridges are raised because there was marauding looters that they wanted to keep out of the downtown area. What is it? The Magnificent Mile or something like that? I don't know. I don't know Chicago. I've never been there. It's a massive city. Obviously there's lots of money in some places. It's the gateway to the Midwest. It's connected to the Great Lakes. Thus, it's connected directly to the Atlantic Ocean. This is a great city, and I'm seeing the moats. The moat. They raised the drawbridges on the moat. Yeah, the Mag Mile. See, you know it there. And again, I believe it to be a gun-free zone, and that's why so many people are getting killed by guns. This is just boing. This is America. Congress shall pass no law. And yet, other people are. No, this is wrong. This is not America. Americans had this burden. They had the burden that they had to protect their democracy. That meant they had to be armed. And they've given it up. They've given it up like little fucking girls. And the only place now where there's decent men is Switzerland. And that may be changing too. God damn it. Yeah. Disarmed Americans is the same thing as a declawed cat. A pathetic caricature of itself. Ooh, geez, Bear. Yeah, no, I heard they were already north of the Chicago River and that they raised it to stop more from pouring in. Broken windows. Jesus. My God. I never, when I was saying there was opportunities for men, I never thought of going to work in a window factory. God almighty. My God. What's going on? It's not every city. Certainly it's not every city. LA seems rather quiet right now. But, Portland's an absolute mess. Detroit apparently is quiet. Milwaukee, we heard, is maybe we should have a city-by-city breakdown. Nobody wants this to happen. And I think it's an election gambit. I think it's an election campaign strategy. Oh, look how bad the cities are. It's due to the president. Vote against this president. But I don't think anyone's buying it. All these cities and in these states are Democrat, and they're trying to bring down an anti-establishment candidate. That makes the most sense to me. Now, there's something else that's going on, of course, is that any energy differential that's manufactured or otherwise can be leveraged for benefit. And so somebody's going to benefit, whether it is or is not, whatever. Just manufacture destabilization and leverage it. Yeah, got to tear down the statues. Don't like the history. If I don't like the history and I remove all traces of it, then therefore it doesn't exist. Okay. I think that's what Goodyear is trying to do. If I don't allow all lives matter, then I allow no lives matter. Except Black Lives Matter, and then they can decide on what goes on around here. Oh, that's great. Okay. So, yeah, don't try to protect any friggin' transgender humans on the street. Well, nobody died. That's good. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Someone's benefiting from the destabilization. I think reality itself, the energy of life, requires that destabilization. And so, the plant grows and it takes over whatever is around it, and then an animal comes in and eats the plant. The plant's gone. Then other plants grow up, and so we've got this dynamic. We are in the middle of a dynamic, and many people have an interest in this dynamic going forward. And so, MGTOW thread, there's no participation trophies? Oh, that's what it is. They want participation trophies for virtue signaling. The purpose of the race is not to race, but it's merely to virtue signal that you're participating in an event with other people. Thus, you get the prize, you get the trophy. And so if you go out and you riot, the purpose is not to create a better world, but it's just to virtue signal that you want a better world. You're participating. Therefore, you get the prize, the trophy, which is the feel goods. The fifis are feeling good. Real good. Are you enjoying the riots? Do you want more riots? If you do, just sign up and you'll feel good. You'll get a participation trophy for every violent riot you participate in. And that trophy will come immediately into the core of your being, because you are a participation protester hero. I need a hero. I need a hero who will rip down statues. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm hearing all of this. God, that's a thought, isn't it? They want their participation awards. I don't have any trophies for them to tear down. My God. Then I got to think about that one for a while longer. My God. I think the trophies for men are in your heart, so keep them there. Just keep them there. They can't take it. I think we've been saying that a long time. They can't take away what's inside of you. So get it inside of you. The more you get inside of you, the better it is. And yes, okay, we are MGTOW in that you have had some success in the past and you know you are the prize. And yes, okay, you got people saying you're not, and you got all this slanted bullshit. But that's not important. You got something that you know you are the prize. And you are open for the greatness, whether it comes or not. As I said, it doesn't come to everyone. Holy shit. But if you can make good, if you can just go from day to day doing good, building up, making things better for yourself, then you're making things better for other people. But that's not the reason. It's just to build and do good and to see love in your participation in reality. There's the love. It's your building. It's not, rioting against certain things may be good. I'm not fully against certain riots, to tell you the truth. The French riots, the Bastille, sure, I'm up for that. Yeah. Yeah, Bear, I think so. I think MGTOW, the reason why it's strong inside is it projects from experiences in boyhood and in early manhood and anything that you've done that's positive, and that this whole projecting, this is part of an identity. And I sort of studied this. It wasn't my major topic at all. In fact, I'm pretty weak on it now. I've done cursory but interesting reading, but I wasn't interested in it, and I'm still not. But yes, everything that you've had psychologically, psychically, spiritually affect you builds on it. And yeah, and this goes with your whole view of where you are. So it's on how you, on the stance you take within the community, and it's on the stance that you believe the world is at. And so, yeah, I talk about the planet's nature. Where are we? It's hard to tell. And anyone who's honest is going to say we can't tell easily, and you have a right to question. That's the main thing. You have a right to question. And the answer you come up with, well, we can talk about that. But yeah, you watch the stars at night in the sky, and they're always going around in the same way. And okay, they're said to be a great distance away, but no, the Earth's spinning, and it's spinning, and it's spinning three different ways. And those stars remain the same day in, day out, day in, day out? I don't think so. Yeah, is the North Pole, the North Celestial Pole. Yeah. And if you try to imagine, and I cannot do this, if you try to imagine yourself on the surface of the planet, spinning around on the Earth's axis, spinning around the sun as the sun is going, and you're going to say that that North Pole is in the same place night after night at the same time? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, each would trace either a circle or an ellipse of some sort. I think that's what Kepler said, that it was an ellipse with time being the same area. The same amount of time is the same amount of area within that ellipse. So, mathematically and geometrically, it's a beautiful system Kepler came up with. No question. Beautiful. Yes, and that's supposed to be the justification. Relative to the distance of the stars, we're hardly moving at all. But it's not how we're moving. It's 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 where the stars should be, because we're moving fast. Our spinning is fast relative to the distance of the stars. In fact, it would be incredibly fast in some way. And so I just want to see a graphic of me standing on the planet, and the planet spinning around, and the planet going around the sun, and the sun going through the galaxy, and I'm looking out, and I see the North Pole in the same place every night. I want to see that graphic. I can't do it in my mind. Other people cannot either. And those who say they can imagine and say it's not going to be anything like what you see. I'm not a spatial thinker. What is it? Architects and certain types of engineers, They're sort of spatial thinkers. I'm not. That's not my forte. My brain's not engineered in that way. I can sort of picture some things, but the sun is only a few light minutes. Maybe so, but on that, I want to see some paper to tell me, because I think there's assumptions that are being made. Certainly, it looks like light can travel very fast, but how do we know that the light we're seeing is actually that distance and not a shorter distance and whatever? So, I'm not sure. How do we measure the light in between the Earth and the Sun to know the distance it traveled? Well, we don't. Yeah. Apparently, there is some notion that the speed of light itself changes. They never can apparently never get the same answer. So, I don't know. Apparently, the South Pole is not. There, or whatever it is, there's no star that's the equivalent of the North rotational pole. It's slightly off of what it would be. So, but again, yeah, all of that's fine. But if you picture yourself on Earth somewhere, spinning around, with the Earth spinning around the sun, with the sun going through the galaxy, and then the North Pole is exactly in the same spot every night, give or take, a little bit. I want to see that visual. Yeah. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, you see, now you're defining a celestial pole as the pole. Yeah. Yeah, Joseph, I've heard that, and it's not. Mythbusters did it, and it was a singular bleep on a computer. All they heard was a bleep. They went into the room, and the guy pushed a button, and then a short time later there was a bleep, and they said, "Yeah, see it hit." And I'm saying, "Oh, okay." And some guy gets paid $80,000 a year for that. Yep, you better fucking believe it. Yeah, no. Apparently, they did place a mirror on the moon to get some sort of laser thing back. Now, I read a book a long time ago on the nature of the moon, and I couldn't believe what I read. Apparently, just about everything about the moon is wrong, and none of it makes sense. Its size, the nature of the craters, all of it. Nothing makes sense about the moon. And so there needs to be some admission that it just doesn't make any sense. And if you read about it, you'll see in the number of ways it doesn't make sense. One thing, however, is that it's in tidal lock with the Earth. So the same face of the moon is showing to the Earth basically all the time. There's a little bit of a blip motion, a couple of degrees one way and another. But it's the same side of the moon showing all the time. This is called tidal lock of a moon or something. And do you think that's rare or common in the solar system? Because, a lot of the planets have moons. So is that rare or common that one face of the moon shows to the planet's surface only? Well, what's your intuition? Well, if your intuition were that they're all tidal locked, you would be correct. And why in the hell is that? Considering that it all came from a big bang and it was all spinning around like crazy. And the gravitational effect from the Earth to the moon is minimal, even over 1 million years, billion years, 2 billion years. No way, baby. No way. So that's a very strange thing. I don't think that fits with anyone's idea of intuition, that all moons, almost, in the solar system are tidally locked with their planets. The Barren Exile, if you could get me a video on that for the Antarctic, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. I've searched for it. So you go down to the Scott Amsden Station, right at the South Pole. Give me 24 hours, like utter, total darkness. They should have like a year-long, camera, right? Sped up to give us a year and a couple of minutes. No, they don't show that, Barren Exile. That's in theory what should happen. There are some stations along the periphery of Antarctica which have some darkness, but no. There should be 24-hour darkness, because I can tell you, up in northern Canada, yeah, there is. Yeah. So, yeah, look for one. If you think it's true, look for it. And, if you do find it, let me know. Because, I used to think it was true, and now I'm saying I can't find any evidence for it, and I should be able to find evidence easily. There's evidence of 24-hour darkness in the Arctic all over the place. The Antarctic, no. I'm saying, why not? We got all those stations. What are they doing? They got cameras down there. I've seen the cameras. Yes, I will agree. I will agree on that, Barren Exile. You can find the latitude by looking at the stars. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he probably doubted it for good reason, Johnny. It's impossible. Some of the things they did were impossible, like taking a picture of the Earth from the moon. That's impossible. So you can't take a photo because there's no light. There's no atmosphere. There's no light. You need three things for light. Visible light, that is. You need a source of electromagnetic energy. Reflected is fine off the Earth. Reflected is fine. You need a pair of human eyes, or thus a camera, which will capture the same thing the human eyes captures. And you need gas. If there's no gas, there's no light. That's it. So, sorry, are these people griping? Do they sign non-disclosure agreements, Barren Exile, by any chance? Did they sign non-disclosure agreements? If you're going to quote someone who signs a non-disclosure agreement, I'm not going to believe it, and I don't have to. And you can't make me. Really, I think it's not right to force someone to believe a statement of someone who has signed a non-disclosure agreement. Yeah. Hey, here's Eggy. Here's Eggy. Holy shit, Eggy, how are you? Yeah. And I put it up on my Discord server and a couple of other Discord servers. And Iggy's got another viral video out there. My God, this one's viral too. I'll put it up here in the chat. Anyway, go check out Iggy's video. My God. Oh, man. And I was doing it last night. I was doing it last night to somebody. God, it was funny. No, you didn't. Yeah, I've landed on the Earth. Yeah. Yeah. That's like that. Which video is that? The one I just put the link to. The one I just put the link to. So, anyway, take the, I don't know, it's about 40 seconds or something. It's about 40 seconds. Go right now. Take a listen to it. Oh, my God. It's great. Yeah. The winter sickness, yes. Well, we don't have to worry about that now, Bear in Exile, because it's summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Da, 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 oh, your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Yeah, you know, yeah. There's lots of good things in this world, and just, you know, remembering back on what it could have been, and you know, the easy living in the South. You know, they don't get the seasonal affective disorder, aka known as SADS. And I got to tell you, where I'm from in Canada, it's the worst place for it. I got to say, the East Coast of Canada is really bad in the winter. It's an extended winter, really. And yeah, you know, the summer times can be lovely, most often pretty lovely. But the winters, no. By February, no, you're ready to take the razor blades and do it. Yeah, that's why you're drinking so much. Yeah, go down to that winter house. The winter house. When you have the winter sickness. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, that's right. No, the griping is a lot of people go to northern Canada and they can't take it. I mean, they freak out when it starts to get dark, like for most of the day, and you're going into 24-hour darkness. No, you freak. A lot of people got to be taken out, but some people groove on it. They like it. They can deal with it, and I don't think you know before you go. I don't know whether I could take 24-hour darkness. Anything above the Arctic Circle is 24-hour darkness on December 21st. So that's what the Arctic Circle means. It's 24-hour darkness on this winter solstice, December 21st. So anything above that. So anything below, you're looking at 23 hours darkness, 22 hours darkness. It's dark like most of the day. On that date. And if you can't take that, you'll come down with a winter sickness. Yeah. Yeah. What the hell are you talking about? Beautiful horse? What horse? Yeah. Anyway. Ha ha. Oh, God. Ooh. Ooh. Not good. Yeah, nightlife, 24 hours a day. You got to travel. Let's go up north, baby. Let's go. We can party until the sun don't come up. I think that's the way they say it. And that's the only thing to do. You got 3 feet of snow outside your front door. You don't want to shovel it because there's still a blizzard going. So you just fucking get another bottle. Bring it down. Yeah. You got to make sure that you got the fermentation going in the back shed. And that you can get to the back shed regardless of how many feet of snow on top. My God, the things you got to worry about when you're bugging out in Yukon. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's, I missed that, to tell you the truth. I missed the change of seasons. And, it's been good for my health, I got to say, being down here, because the change of seasons made me sick, but I miss it. And, if you got, Chicago's better for winter. It's a harsher winter than I'm from, but it's shorter. So you're getting 3 months, right, in Chicago. 3 months of winter. And then it's, you ease into it for half a month and you ease out of it for half a month or something like that. And, maybe in a good year and a bad year, it's a month longer or something. But where I'm from, it's always a month longer, plus. And then in a bad year, it can, I remember some summers, we had less than a handful of days that were 90 degrees. Less than a handful. In the warmest part of the province. So, we've had very, very cold summers that, you're not getting enough refreshed to last out the winter blues. And if you got a pretty nice winter, it can be fine. But if it turns out to be a horrible winter, you got to go down and be a snowbird for a while and say, "My God, what's that big yellow thing in the sky? What's that big yellow thing?" Ah! Yeah. And I did some snowbirding. So. Yeah, I know, Bear. No, well, winter means 0 degrees Celsius, so 32 Fahrenheit. You're frozen. Yeah. Snow or the ability for snow. Yeah. In the day. Maybe not at night. You can still go down below 0 in the night, but if you pop up to 50 degrees in the day, that's not fucking winter. No, you got to be 0 degrees at the warm part of the day. Yeah. So. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about Phuket there, MGTOW thread. And, it's not going to get that hot in Celsius in Phuket. Yeah. Yeah, definitely better snowbird than bird dog. Yeah. Spread your tiny wings and fly away. Yeah. Famous song by Nova Scotian, Anne Murray. Beautiful song. And it was not about people who went to Florida for the winter. That happened shortly thereafter. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you got hurricanes there coming up now, right? You got hurricanes. And it's hurricane season. It's, wow, we're into late August, and I haven't heard of too many. Who knows? Might be a light season this year. Yeah, that's right. April is not January. Yeah, you can have a snow in April, but steady, consistent snow all the way through to April, no. There might be some lingering snow or something, but yeah, where I'm from, you can have steady snow to April. Yeah. Yeah. So, we followed the weather because what was happening in Illinois, although it got messed up with the lakes a bit, would eventually find its way over to Nova Scotia because the weather moves west to east. So, what you had 3 days ago or 4 days ago in Nevada or something would come over. So, look at that, it's coming our way. Whatever it is, and the Gulf, the jet stream. Jesus. Wow, tornado season is over, and now you got wildfires. Woohoo! It's like a never-ending party. Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Johnny. That's interesting. Yeah, Danny. I sort of remember that. That's striking a little memory bell there. Yeah. 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 That's should look that up. Some man named Danny was obviously disposed of, as so many men were, lest we forget. And I don't know. If someone's attacking you, attack back. There's no problem with that. You can defend yourself. But turning defenders into mercenaries, This is a disposability of men. And okay, some psychopaths don't care, and so they'll be mercenaries. But you got to watch out for this. And yeah, woohoo! Yeah, try that. Try that in October. I can't do it, but I can do it in January. By January, I'm fine. T-shirt, shorts. You know, not for extended periods, but you know, walking across the neighbors, whatever. Yeah, yeah. Sneakers. I used to wear sneakers all winter. Yeah. And you know, long johns. We call them long johns, like long underpants. You know, if it's really cold, yeah. If you're going out for a few hours, yeah, you'd wear those definitely. You know, not just a little short time, no. But I've come in many times where my jeans were frozen, like actually frozen. You could stand them up in the corner. Oh my God. Memories, da 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 da. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. You're doing good then. You're doing good. No, PJP. Where in the hell's PJP? I phoned him last night. He phoned me. I phoned him. I was in telephone tag mode this fucking week. Let me see. I didn't check anything before I went up. No, I haven't gotten anything from him. And but he's been up and down, on and off. You know. Busy, not busy, but and that's good. You know, you got work, you do it now. Again, we're gonna say, good men, take what you can now, and things are falling apart, things are breaking apart, and anticipation is the key. Anticipate what's going to happen if you walk into that building. Anticipate what's going to happen when you meet that girl. My girl likes to party all the time. My girl likes to party. I know that song. It doesn't go at all like that, but I remember it. Yeah. And you anticipate what's going to happen, and I think it's easier to anticipate 1 minute away, or 2 minutes away, or 1 day, or 2 days. It's becoming now very difficult, though, to predict 1 month, 2 months. 1 year, 2 years, I think it's impossible. At this point, the risk of predicting accurately 2 years in the future, the risk is massively too high. You cannot factor in the risk. So the risk horizon has come very close to us. So we're in fact blind. The probabilities of bad things happening has gone up sufficiently that it's hard to put money on a prediction. Whereas, 20 years ago, you would have predicted, next year it'll be much like this year. Inflation up or down, blah, blah, blah. Maybe a little war here, something like that there. And, okay. You put lots of money on next year, it'll be fine. But now, no. The anticipation horizon has come very close to us. And this is of concern. Now, for MGTOW Ghost Level 4, this is the best stance to take. A diversified portfolio, such that if one event happens, then you have a backup over here. In fact, it was this week that where I am, the power went out, and I was in the middle of a Zoom meeting, and I went to start up my gen set, and it wouldn't start. Couldn't fucking start the thing. So I got a UPS that wasn't being used, hooked up my modem to that, got back into the meeting. Then my UPS burned out after about 15 minutes. So then I got my other gen set and brought it upstairs and started it, and then hooked the modem up to that, and then I was back in the meeting again. So luckily, I had the smaller gen set just recently serviced, and so I have a redundant backup on my gen set. And now I realize what the hell happened with my main gen set. Somebody, the last person who fucking turned it off, closed the fuel line, and I didn't know that. I hadn't really started it up in a while. I had someone else doing it, and so they closed the fuel line. Why in the hell would you close the fuel line on a generator? Why would you do that? He's saying in a high-pitched voice. I don't get it. Anyway, so, I had more time to look at it because the power went out again yesterday. So I took a look and said, oh, well, the fuel line seems to be closed. Why would somebody do that? So I opened it up, and it started right away. And so this is it. You got a backup? Yeah, good. And I now have a redundant backup. So, but again, in the decline, that'll only last just a little bit longer. Maybe leverage it for something, maybe not. But we're into a situation where you got to be prepared for things you don't know what's going to happen. Luckily, or maybe not so luckily, I came to a place where power outages are fairly common. I'm in the middle, as you know, of the jungle here. There we go. Oops. There we are. Oh, looking nice. Well, it's not quite the jungle, but it's pretty close. It's rural. We got the palm trees there, and banana trees, a rice field. So ultimately, I'm not anticipating that if whatever happens, that there's going to be massive starvation where I am, and that the people nearby are likely not to want to kill each other and eat each other, as they're going to do in New York City. New York City! Escape New York City! Oh my God. Anyone hear the sirens and shit in the background? This mic's pretty sensitive. Yeah, anyway, bug out. Get out of the cities. Hey, look, there's BJP. Speak of the devil. I didn't check the Discord before I came up, BJP. You want to drop in? We played a little telephone tag. And how did I really? Right on. Yeah, my God. Escape from New York City. Yeah, escape from any of the cities. In fact, we're hoping the men in Chicago are making plans. Again, it's anticipation. Okay, this thing might end. It might end next week, and Lori Lightfoot might just be able to go home without any problem. Oh, okay, whatever. Or it may last and get worse. I don't know. Ooh, bear. Ooh, that's nasty. Yeah. The sirens here are sort of fun, but the sirens there, God only knows what it is. At least you're not hearing gunshots, right? And like loud explosions. It's not a full-on war zone, right? He says, hopefully. It's not a full-on war zone, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, get the patch over the eye. Didn't he have a patch over his eye, Iggy Noggy? God almighty. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you wear a mask over your mouth, and there's a MGTOW logo on it. And you wear a patch over your eye, and there's a MGTOW logo over it. I like that. Oh, that's comforting, Bear. That's really comforting. Not right now. No gunfire and explosions now. Oh, man. Well, we're hoping for the best. We're sort of laughing, but, it's a big city. And, shit can happen on one end of the city, and the other end, okay, it's okay. Doesn't mean it's everywhere all the time. No. Even in America, most of America is still pretty normal. A lot of the economy is still functioning okay. But it looks like there's been an attack upon the swamp. And there was an attack upon, the decent people of America by the cities, because it's the cities where all the deviance seems to grow and fester. And now we're seeing the cities being emptied. We're seeing it being emptied, partially due to this COVID hoax and the lockdowns, and it's partially due to the fact that people now no longer have to work in an office. They can work from home. Productivity is basically the same, and so this is saving on gas. So the gas energy prices have gone down, and apparently fewer people are dying because there's less accidents. Car accidents are a major cause of death, and they would be going down substantially. So apparently deaths are way down overall. So this is a new normal, which is fewer people are dying, less gas is being burned, and the swamp is being drained. All the deviants in these cities are being shown to be deviants, and they're getting a little bit of money, and then they're going to get less, and then they're going to have to wake up to reality that eventually the government's not going to pay them any money, that they're going to have to do something anyway. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that, Thread. Where I am, I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, how are the masks going? Does everyone have to wear a mask? Get a different one. Get like a welder's head thing with a plastic thing over it, right? Oh my God, I got a picture. Have you ever seen anything like this? Look at that. Look at that. That's now, apparently, this is the case in Maine. The governor of Maine, some stupid bimbo, has said the servers have to look like that. Now, I don't believe it has to be the color red, but that's what they're anticipating. I don't know. Is that an actress or is it a real server who said, yeah, sure, take my picture. I feel human. You think it's that? I don't think so. If you got to do that, you leave. You say, it's been nice. It's been nice. I'm out of here. I'm not part of this. I know, Iggy. My God. What are they doing? This can't be serious. My God. This can't be serious. They expect people to go to work and do that. I'm not going to be served with somebody like that. If they had servers like that, I'm walking out. I don't care. I'll eat off the fucking street. Just put a newspaper down the street and fucking feed me out there. My God. I get to fills up and she drowns. Holy shit. I can't. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I never thought about that, Whiskey. It's a perfect place for the cat just to sort of snuggle up right around your head and let out a nice fart. My God. Nothing like cat farts in a dome. In a dome collar. My God. What are they doing? This is impossible. Oh, God. Da, 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 da. Oh, Aggie. My God, yeah. Yeah. If I don't want a biscuit? Sorry. If I don't want a biscuit? If I don't want a biscuit? Talk about demeaning. Talk about demeaning. And Bear, if that's the case, this is now slavery. This is humiliation, slavery. Slavery, humiliation. Slavery and humiliation. I'm trying to, okay, for God's sakes, Whiskey, God's sakes, where's our mods to hide that frigging comment? Okay, well, I guess it's in Japanese, so nobody understands it. Good thing you're talking Japanese. Holy shit. pound is 0.76. That's lower than the Canadian dollar. Get the hell out of here. When the hell happened? Holy shit. No, it's not. I'm getting 1.3089 GBP to USD. I'm getting 1.038. Oops. That's the price I'm getting. Hey, Okie, how are you? Nice to see you in here. And yeah, wear the Arab stuff, and maybe you can hide, wear the whole Arab gear. People like Arabs now. Arab men are where it's at. Yeah. So Father, no, I don't know. That's what I just got. That's GBP. God, that's hard to say. GBP. My God, I can't say it. Great Britain pound to US dollar. Yeah, no, I think that's right. It's still, the dollar is lower than the pound, as it should be. But it used to be like half as much, so it's down. But it's been a slow ride. At 0.76, that's lower than the Canadian. What's the Canadian at? So the Canadian's at 1.31 Canadian dollars to every US dollar. So, yeah. But that's USD to CAD, not CAD to USD. So you just sort of inverted a bit. Yeah, what's the Aussie at? I'm just getting this. You can go to that website if you want to see the currencies. And right. Yeah, no, that's right around where the Aussie dollar is now. So that's the Aussie dollar to the US dollar is 0.71. So that's roughly where the Canadian is. So yeah, so the Canadian's a little under the Aussie dollar, and they go back and forth a bit. In fact, the Canadian and American go back a bit, but currently not now. I remember going down once as a snowbird, and the Canadian dollar was 105. So. But it hasn't been anywhere near that in about a year and a half or something. But again, this is the dynamic. This is the destabilization which allows movement. And, if you didn't have any movement, if it was all static, nothing would happen. Currency dealers wouldn't make any money. And there would probably be no underlying trade that pushed the value up and down. There'd be no risk involved. And so, if there's no risk, there's no reward. That's the funny thing about reality. Risk is reward until it is not. And so, this is what somebody's doing. They're creating more risk. Thus, they're creating more potential reward, and they want to harvest that. So right now, they're sowing reward by increasing risk. See? And again, don't get caught in the middle of it. And if you're desperate for a job, I'm sorry, get the hell out of that job and get into a different job. There are new jobs. I hear that window factories are hiring, and people that make the silica sand for the windows, they're also hiring. So you can go out to some sand mine somewhere and work in a sand mine and make silica for glass to make windows, to replace all the windows in downtown Chicago. Land of the broken glass. Yeah. And Father, no, yeah, the risk is there. What's it going to be? Is it going to be next year? Is it going to be 2 years? Don't know. Um, no, I don't know. The anticipation, you can put your own probabilities out there, and I recommend you do. Is it going to be next year? In which case, you buy something else that will hold its value through hyperinflation and reestablishment of a currency. It's not like this dollar will go and nothing will replace it. No, they will bring out something to replace it. This is something the government does do. And whether they do it in conjunction with the Federal Reserve or not, I don't know. Maybe if they fuck up and destroy this currency, that the Congress will just say, fuck the Federal Reserve, we're taking back control, which is what they should have always maintained as is a constitutional requirement. So, yeah, well, I showed you the picture. Of New York. Oh, sorry, that's not New York. That's Wuhan. They're all at a big party in Wuhan. Big party in Wuhan. Oh, there's New York. Yeah, see, there's the glass they're using in New York now, Bear. It's called wood. And there's the main entrance. It's called boarded up door. So with 2 security guards, it looks like, standing in front. It doesn't look warm for August. It really doesn't look warm. Anyway, yeah. There's the new glass. It's called wood. Yeah. Titanium. I gotta get me some titanium. Hey, we got an Aussie here. Hey, Thread. You're going down to Aussie land or something? Throw a simp on the bobby? Dokie, okay. Man, we got a lot. Where's PJP? He's got to vet all this friggin' Aussie talk. I don't understand half of it. Throw the simp on the bobby? Oh my god. Oh, I think that's a meme, man. Somebody's got to make the meme. Yeah, get some fucking simp and get a barbecue and get some obviously Aussie looking guy and he throws a simp on the barbie. And then, there's that great song by Aqua. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life is plastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair and take me anywhere. Man, I love that song. I used to dance to it. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not telling you where. I'm not telling you where. Yeah. Wood. Yeah, and that's good for Canada. Canada's got lots of trees. Fucking lots of trees. Of course, there's lots of trees up in northern America, too. Fucking massive amounts of trees. Yeah. Who needs glass? In fact, the wood burns, so pretty soon it's just going to be concrete. And it's like a prison. It's like a fucking prison planet. Oh my God. We seem to be coming back to Alex Jones again. We're in information wars, where the weapon is not the virus, but the weapon is the information about the fear of the virus. And eventually we're going to turn what was formerly a moderately inviting street front into concrete walls, where you have to wear masks and need facial identification. Maybe it's going to be eye readers. We are Borg. Resistance is futile. Show us your eye to get into this building. Wear the dog collar. You are now Borg. Yeah, sign me up. I think he lost a lot of us with that one, Smurf. Holy shit. Yeah, no, that's okay, PJP. Just bringing you in here. We're going to be throwing simps on the bobby later on, so get your stuff done up and we'll have some fun. Yeah. Throw the simps on the bobbies. I think there's a song there. Yes, that's one thing about being small and blue, Father. No, you require less resources to live. Yeah. In fact, I don't think Smurfs eat food at all. Don't they eat something like magic mushrooms or something? What the fuck do they eat? Yeah. Pretty soon we'll all be eating humans. Soylent Green is humans. Yeah. Oh, I wonder what it was like for the guy, to become famous for saying that. And it's gone down in history because we are at the confluence of so many dystopias. I thought they were all warnings. You'd never let anyone go there. But no, we're going there. And, they're talking about systemic white privilege. Well, no, it's not that. That's wrong. But is there systemic black discrimination? No, there's not that either. But is there systemic police abuse of black people double the rate of white people? Yeah, there's that. That's true. So, I like that one, Baron Exile. Do not let yourself become Soylent Green. Oh, nice. Whatever else is true, MGTOW are not going to become Soylent Green. If they get caught up, they're going to be Soylent Red. Soylent Red pill. Spoils the whole batch. Oh no, looks like we got a red pill in there. Fuck. Gotta throw the whole batch out. The people are starving. We can't continue with the red pills. Destroy the red pills. And now we bring you back to regular scheduled programming. Please obey. 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 Red pill is not real. Please obey. Please obey. Please obey. Oh my God. What just happened? It was like I was dead for a minute. I don't know. There's some sort of like electrical surge. It just got crazy here. I don't know what happened. Oh, what happened? Oh yeah, Soylent Green and Sims. Oh yeah, that's a good comment. Yeah. I see. I think I see what you mean. I don't know if I want to talk about that though. I don't know why. I'm having this funny feeling. Anyway, flammable metals. Name some. Sodium. I think they're all flammable once they reach, what is it, the flash point? They all reach the flash point. Magnesium. Yeah, that's like used in fireworks, isn't it? But I thought once you reach the flash point, they were all flammable. Everything's flammable. Just think of lava. It's on fire. It's coming out of the ground. It's lava. And then you got lava lamps. And then you got Soylent lava. Oh no, sorry, you don't have Soylent lava. Yeah. The mag strip. Is that like the mag mile in Chicago? Like up in flames? Potassium in water. Yum. Or not yum. What the fuck does that do? Oh, are we talking now? So we got magnesium, sodium, potassium. I don't know. Yeah, Father, no, and you should be fucking happy for that. Fucking happy. You got the gift of paying someone else's mortgage. Yeah. Fucking granola bar. You're lucky to eat that fucking good stuff. Ramen. Ramen's a fucking foreign delicacy. Foreign delicacy. Jesus. Goddamn complaining bastards. Eating ramen. How many people can afford to go to Japan? Well, very few. And you're getting all the benefits of going, and you don't have to pay anything. all those chemicals that go in your system. There's probably magnesium in that ramen dinner, flavor packet. Just be thankful you get a flavor packet. Just think about all those mayors of Chicago and New York, they have to live without flavor packets. They don't have flavor packets. They have to eat the real fucking steak. Just think of that. They have to eat the real meat. You get the flavor packet. You get the foreign delicacy. Everyone else has to eat the fucking broccoli, asparagus, the escargot. You get the flavor packet. I don't know, Father. No, it's looking pretty flexible there. Now's the time not to worry about anything like that. No, it's not suicide for you. It's suicide for them. You are able to weave that path. You're in a good position now. And as I say, the best position to be in is with some resources stocked up. And I know it might be tight. And leverage any advantage. Go out, get a second job, take a hazard job because COVID ain't real. And see if you can't get a little bit ahead, a little bit here, a little bit there. There's always family to be found. It's one thing I've found in my life. There's always men out there who enjoy the company of another man. And they may be slightly blue-pilled, but not everyone's 100% anything. So right now, it's good to be flexible. Flexibility, agility, this is key at the moment. That in itself is a value. And again, there's a large family out there. You got that MGTOW logo. There's a large family out there. And it's growing day by day. And any man who knows that and will not come up to you and say something about that is a man you don't want to talk to anyway. And so when the shit hits the fan, you know what to do. And there'll be a lot of men. There'll be a big family. It's a huge family now, I think. And whatever the future is going to bring, whatever disposability they're going to engineer for men, the MGTOW Ghost Level 4 men, they're not alone. Never alone. You're not alone. You're just distributed. It's a distributed community. It's a distributed family. And if we could get together and be closer, I think we all would. And people are talking about, carving out one section of the land for people who are sane. And, that may happen. I'm not saying it's not, to tell you the truth. There's movements all around the place to separate off all the rural counties of Oregon and attach it with Idaho and parts of Northern California attached to Idaho. So there's a lot of people thinking about this. And I don't know whether, if that happens, there wouldn't be a movement for a new town called MGTOW. And then it'll be a city. And that'll be a city of a brilliant light with no bullshit. And maybe Idaho will be happy to follow what MGTOW guide as a way to live a man's life, dying on his feet but not living on his knees. And although at this particular point, without having any other way to go, you don't either have to die on your feet and you don't have to live on your knees. Sometimes you got to duck down and crawl a bit to get in and out of the plantation. You do that. You get in and out of the plantation clean and secure. You get what you need. You go out. you build your resources, and we can hope that all of this bullshit's just going to somehow wash away with a giant rain, and it'll get back to sort of normal, and things will happen. New skills will be developed, new opportunities taken. We hope for that. But if it doesn't, you're ready for that too. Just be ready. Anticipate anything. Anticipate up, anticipate down, anticipate more, anticipate less. Yeah. Oh, Aggie. Yes, my God. But I'm in bed, Michael. Yes, but you are not alone. You are not alone. Yeah. Yes, there's that too, Bear. And yeah, the beans I'm going for, the dried beef I'm going for, the rice is carbohydrates. Yeah, you need some of that. You want fat too, but I don't know how to do that. Cans of butter maybe. You like that? That's good stuff. But ultimately, you don't want to have it. You don't want to have everything in the same place. You want to have it diversified, distributed. And so, that city looks like it's having trouble. It may pull out. It may be fine. But in any case, you want to have a network that's outside of the city. And so you want to have a place outside the city. So go make friends with a farmer. Agree to do some work for him in exchange for a corner of an old barn or something. I don't know. Just make a plan. Make an ally. And agree to work for nothing in order to get some benefit. If he has to pick crops, say you'll come in and pick crops every weekend for 4 weekends or something, free. And he can keep the money on account. Just tell him to keep the money on account. He can use the money to do what he wants with it. So you work, he keeps the money. He'll give you food. There's no problem with food on a farm. But, you work for food and he keeps the pay on account. And, hitchhike out, hitchhike back. I don't know. Doesn't cost too much. So, well, Lamprey, I'm leaving New York. We were just talking about that. Escape New York. In fact, there's a picture. I have the picture up there right now. You see that, Lamprey? That's your city. That's your city. It's all boarded up. What the fuck's going on? I said the wood burned, so they're going to turn it into concrete. It's going to be a fucking prison planet in fucking New York City. But look at this. He says with a rising tone of voice, look at this. Woohoo, that's Wuhan. Wuhan, Wuhan. Look at this. It's singing and dancing in a pool party at Ground Central. Everyone's having a party. Can you say that in Chinese? I love it. We got us a pool party. God, I hope I didn't say anything grotesque in Chinese. I got no idea what I said. It might have been something. I'm thinking it's nothing. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's more up there. There's more. There's a video up there. They were playing that, Chinese hip-hop shit, Thousands of people just frolicking in the pool while they watch America eat itself. Could there be a more fitting war? My God. This is a war. You understand that this is a fucking war? Yeah. Yeah. There's 13,000 empty apartments in Manhattan, and it's about to go up. There's going to be millions. Who's going to fucking... I don't know. Maybe somebody's going to live there. I don't know why. Why in the fuck would you live there? Or maybe the apartments are bought out and the people just are so rich they don't have to sell it. Apartment rent is down 30%. Wait until it's down 70% or 80%. Then you got Detroit, right? Cats. Yeah, it'll be cats and rats and raccoons. I think there's going to be a song. Cats, rats, and raccoons walking down Fifth Avenue. Da 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 bum, ba, da, 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 da. I need more words for the tune. Yeah. Now, if you saw the Paul Joseph Watson video, I thought his job on San Francisco being a shithole was better. And that's where Pelosi and what a number of these other West Coast Democrat destroyers are from, leading the way down to destruction. And maybe the song shouldn't be first we take Manhattan, then we take Berlin. Maybe it should be first we take San Francisco, then we take New York. Because that seems to be what the Democrats are doing. Because, their deep state operatives are getting caught out. They were, he'll never become president. That's what the, DOJ, FBI agents were saying. Oh, yeah, look, we got a mole in there. We're going to bring down his campaign, and Obama's orchestrating the whole fucking thing. He knows. Yeah. He's not going to win. Blah, blah, blah. He won. And now, we see what they've done. Yeah, cats. Tastes like chicken. That's what I hear. Oh, yeah, a little curry spice in there. Yeah. It's not only for blackout drunk anymore. You can have cat for breakfast. Cat chips. Yeah. Crunchy cat. Crunchy cat and marshmallow cereal. No, that's right. NY it has its own problems. It's a different situation. The West Coast, I don't know. It looks like it's finished. New York looks like it's finished. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, we're only in it for the money. Maine Coon soup. Yeah, get me some raccoon. Yeah. So, dog meat. Dog meat. Yeah, well, they're going to be, where are they doing that? North Korea now. So, Maine Coon is right, it's a breed of cat. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, you had pictures of that. I think I looked it up, didn't I? Now that I remember. Yeah. No, it's horrible, Oh, yes. Look at that. With those sharp ears. Very nice. Yeah, it's a big thing, too. Fuck, yeah, it's big. I remember that big cat now. I remember you mentioning that. Sorry. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, well, it's all going to be on the menu. You know that, right? Soylent Green is everything. Yeah. Yeah, well, we eat deer. Deer are beautiful animals, too. And, I think cows love their children, too. So cows are beautiful. We eat it. And then we get eaten. We get eaten by the bacteria. What the yeast will take us. It's a fucking plant almost. And this is the way of the world, right? There's destabilization. There's an imbalance of energies. Goes up and down, and that leverages. And life requires that. In the biggest sense as well. Existence requires that destabilization. And we're into it. We know what they're doing. They're destabilizing. First they do it to this city. Then they do it to that city. Then first they do it to this country. Then they get this country to do it to that country, and so on, as long as there's movement and destruction. And holy shit, quick, Doc, Lamprey's going to blow his mind. No, blow our minds. You can't do that. Oh, not blow our minds up. I see, just blow our minds. That's a pretty expensive garden space there, Lamprey. I don't think it'll pay for itself. Somebody's going bankrupt. You can put like stuff on the outside of buildings, right? Like plants on the outside of buildings, like vines and stuff. They grow on the outside, and you can do that. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about like, I don't know what, like growing food in skyscrapers? Like urban gardens, it's called. I saw a show on it in like Cairo and shit. And it sort of works there because, they don't got winter, really. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, Bear. There's something about dogs and humans. Well, we don't want to eat them. We don't want to eat horses either. Certain animals we don't want to eat. Okay. Growing food in skyscrapers, or just plastering the outside. I missed the yes because I asked vertical farming, like for food. For food, you're fucking nuts. No way. All of a sudden, okay, the real estate, downtown Manhattan is suitable for, a high value added vegetable or something like tomatoes or something. That this skyscraper is going to be dedicated to growing tomatoes, and that's going to pay for itself. Okay, maybe. Let me do the numbers. Let me crunch the numbers. There's other high value foods, and I think asparagus, that's pretty high value. Yeah. China eats everything, as far as I know, everything. Yeah. Yes, but not anymore, Eggy. I believe the air is cleaner now in NYC and other cities. Fewer people driving. And if you put more plants on the outside of buildings, it absorbs the stuff. The ozone issue. There's two types of ozone. Well, two ways of describing ozone in its presence in the atmosphere. One is upper atmosphere ozone, and that's permanent and stays. And then there's the ground level ozone, which is created mostly by automobiles and stuff like that. And it builds up throughout the day, reaching a high point just around sunset. But once the sun disappears, the ozone level basically comes back to zero by morning, ceteris paribus. And so if you had a couple of days without any sort of driving at all, the ground level ozone is back to normal, so there's very little harm. So if you're going to go out and run in the city, you run in the morning, and the ozone levels are pretty low, so you're probably fine. Lamprey Milt, that ain't going to work. That ain't going to work. You can't pay UBI of $2,000 a month so somebody will work and make $200 worth of tomatoes a month. That ain't going to work. That's $1,800 a month negative. The only way is for the UBI person to actually produce more value than they're getting. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think America in the hinterland is going to stand for that type of behavior. All of a sudden, I can move to the city and toddle around a floor or two of a skyscraper, and they'll pay me $2,000 a month. Or I got to work my fucking ass off for $600 a month to grow, 16 acres of tomatoes. Fuck you. Yeah. Yeah, no, if you're going to get free housing, you must farm. You're going to farm effectively and efficiently, that in a place that's fit for purpose. And no, it ain't going to happen, I don't think. Yeah, Mix Up Smurf, I like that. Food replicators. We need a food replicator. Oh, hold on. It's called Planet Earth. Oh, my fuck. Yeah. I thought follow Agenda 21 was to urbanize the cities, prevent people from growing food in the cities, as was, heavily advertised a couple of years ago, make everyone dependent upon corporate food, turn all farms in the hinterland into corporate food stations, and then get everyone else to live in little boxes in the cities. Agenda 21 is finished. I believe it's finished. I believe it failed. I believe this is part of draining the swamp. As far as I can see, this whole COVID-19 thing has destroyed Agenda 21, Agenda 2030 as it is in developed countries. It's still moving ahead in providing benefits, I believe, in non-developed countries or less developed countries or emerging countries, because there is issues here that should be addressed, and they could be addressed by 2030. But if you're already there, then 2030 brings you into a totalitarian reality. So, yeah. Yeah, no, see, the electricity, that's it, Bear. You're looking at it. It's not sustainable. Growing food in skyscrapers. If that were economically beneficial, you'd see some place in Wisconsin covered in friggin' skyscrapers. No, it ain't working. No way. Even with no trucking costs from Wisconsin to New York or whatever. No. Yeah. Yeah. They have new technology. It's called Dreamer. Nothing but a dreamer. You forget economics. God, who the hell says that with an exclamation mark? It's not the Marxists. No, it's the I don't know who it is. Now, I'm going to give you one thing, Lamprey, right away. Post-scarcity economics. So you look at the history of humans, there's always been scarcity, at least in almost all places. And because there's scarcity, there's not enough, obviously, and people fight over it, and thus you have to have all these systems. And one of the systems is economics to determine supply and demand. Economics is really just an exceptionally complicated description of supply and demand, and determining price points of manufacturing and distribution and this sort of shit. So, if you're talking about a post-scarcity world, we may be moving into that, actually, where there's going to be some way to allow everyone to get a UBI in one currency while working for profit in another currency. So this is it. Yeah, I know, Father. No, it's crazy. Well, we're interested in this, and hold on, I'm going to take a little break and play a little tune. We'll take, I don't know. I think we'll go back to our standby artist. So let's take a few minutes, and we'll do Leonid and Friends. Well, I think we had some friggin' problem with the music. Was there a problem with the music? I couldn't hear it. I've gone deaf. Yeah, so have I. My God. Sorry about that. Had to run out quick and run back. And no audio. Am I coming in now, though? I hope I'm coming in. Yep. I think the yup is for me coming in. And the no audio is for the music. And that's funny, because I don't know what in the hell happened. Normally I just press the button and it works. My God. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I'll have to check with the technician. Holy shit, I'm the technician. This isn't working out well at all. Yeah. No, we're, anyway, just as, you know, the last thing I remember, and before I put on the non-music, was Lamprey Milt was saying he knows the agenda. Well, if you're right, you got $10, man. I'll bet you $10 that ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. And you know, it's almost like paying the homeless people to live in the luxury hotels. That ain't gonna work either. My God, it's not gonna work. I can't believe they're doing that. At what, $175 a night? You imagine that. Tax dollars are going to pay for some guy to live $175 a night. You know, you just think about that and you're saying, no, that's wrong. That's unsustainable. We've come this far. Holy shit. Where did that come from, Lamprey Milt? We've come this far. I don't know where that's coming from. You know, it's either we've come this far or we've only just begun. Yeah, the REITs that own these buildings are bankrupt. Yeah, no, and if those REITs are bankrupt, it means that insurance companies are bankrupt. It means the pension funds are bankrupt. You get the picture? Who owns the fucking REITs? Who are depending upon those rents? The fucking old people, fucking governments, the cities, everyone. If they're gone, it's gone. Right? There's a cascade. You follow the money. And it's not only a few REITs, it's like a lot of cities are now imploding. And, you know, if it was just one city like Detroit, you could manage it. And, you know, if there's enough happening in the economy, you can turn like Pittsburgh around. After the steel got, you know, after the end of the great steel rush that lasted, 100 and some years. So, lean urbanism. I love it. Yeah. As I say, you know, I looked into the urban farming thing in Cairo, and the first thing I want to see in lean urbanism is yeah. Well, we'll have to look it up. There's a lot of stuff on here. We'll have to see. Is there like a pilot project? I'm seeing a pilot project of tactical urbanism. And, you know, as an offshoot of new urbanism, which I probably know something about. New urbanism. And so, I'm not seeing good things here. Yeah, white supremacy. Yeah, it ain't shit now. And look at London. London's a fucking hellhole. You can't even own a spoon. They come in and they take your fucking spoons away. Oh God. New York. New York. You know, I thought that song by Garfunkel was a lament, uh, a eulogy, as it were. And maybe I was right. Yeah. Oh, it won't work. We know this. Yeah, we know communism won't work. I'm looking at lean urbanism. Um, let me get up here. Whoops, wrong one. There, I think I can do it now. There, I got 200 characters. 200 characters. Lean urbanism seeks to reduce the resources required for compliance and to circumvent the financial, bureaucratic, and regulatory processes that frustrate well-meaning entrepreneurs by common sense workarounds. That's what I'm getting as a definition of lean urbanism. And that just means that you cut the red tape and you allow someone with an idea to go forward with the idea. Yeah, 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 yeah. Lots of curry and chopsticks, Father. No, that's what I see from what I just read. Lots of fucking curry and chopsticks. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah, my God. I guess there must be like a chopstick, used chopstick industry, like recycling used chopsticks. You know, you can make shit from it, right? Like toilet paper, you know. Just wash the Gugu My Pie. Gugu My Pie. I forget the name of what. What's the name of that dish? Mugu My Pan or something? Anyway, uh, wash it off. Use the chopsticks for other stuff. So now, lean urbanism is a grassroots capitalist type of approach. Let me just do my business, and I don't have to pay you taxes, and you stay the fuck out of my hair. And that's it. That's it. Yeah, well, that's what women are for. Eye candy. But you remember the rule on the eye candy. I'm going with this one for a while. You know, you can look, but you don't give them money. You don't stick your appendages in their cages, and you do not take them home. Yeah, they're just eye candy. And that's it. Oh, yeah, no. Walden by Thoreau is recommended reading, definitely. He's one of the American transcendentalists. I like Emerson, his friend Emerson, who was the philosopher. And I'm thinking, we should rediscover these men. They were definitely leading the lives free of What was that video? Let me see that video I had last night. Get the word right. New York with your. Oh yeah. So this was it. Who was it? It was. Let me get the name here. I know the. RPW Liberation had it out that men are powered by orgasm, and this was an idea of Stardust apparently, and I believe this to be manufactured, and that these men back in the day, Henry David Thoreau and Emerson and other men at the time weren't bombarded with constant images and reminders of this and that sexual antic that could distract them, and thus men became powered by orgasm, and we're always seeking this. This is what Hollywood wanted. This is what the advertisers of Madison Avenue wanted. Sex sells, sex sells, sex sells. Put it everywhere so that men are thinking about it constantly, 24 hours a day, every 6 seconds, 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so on and so on and so on. And so to remove yourself from this type of society, I don't know that they were removed from society. I thought Emerson was, and Thoreau, they had a social life. They went out and about in the towns, but the towns weren't gynocentric, and it was all, very Victorian, let's say, and whatnot in that beautiful time when America was growing and was still free, and these men were able to lead lives that men should lead. And they did so. And in my reading of Thoreau, he was not antisocial. He was embarking upon a challenge, and it wasn't even a full challenge. The insight was the insight, not the activity that led to the insight. And so, they tried to set up and were favorable to these communes, libertarian, self-contained communes that never lasted very long. Lean urbanism back in the early 1800s. Didn't work then, ain't gonna work now. But okay, MGTOW definitely. Thoreau's on the list, and I think if you can get to it real fast, and you're gonna be a pretty fast reader to get through Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. Do it now. Do it now, because that's a handbook on what's happening. And who is John Galt? That's a MGTOW concept right there. Who is John Galt? And John Galt are those men who have now gone MGTOW Ghost level 4. And they will seek to do greatness, but they won't share it. They'll share it with those who will benefit from it, and otherwise, no, fuck off. So, maybe I should call this Galt's Gulch, because that's the way I feel. So, Hannah Arendt. Is that it? Eggy Noggy? Hannah Arendt, who wrote that, I think, seminal book on totalitarianism called Totalitarianism. And, the women can write something. That's their... Oh, Esther Viller, definitely. The manipulated man. Definitely. No, we've had some, but again, we should. There are some. I'm not going to say they get to the deepest level, but there's no question. Each in their own way shows the truth. And now we're living in that. Yeah, well, there we are. I don't think it turned into World War III, but it could have. And we did have a manufactured destabilization. The money coming in from, where was it? Was it Qatar and Saudi Arabia? I think it was Qatar and Saudi Arabia. Qatar is now a no-go place. Saudi Arabia is trying to be brought back into the fold. So, yeah, good one, Iggy. Definitely. Esther Viller's The Manipulated Man. You know, maybe we should do a book list. I started a book list. I never got, I wanted to get it all, but you can't really. But The Fountainhead is good too, Eggy Noggy, and everyone, if you haven't read it. I thought The Fountainhead was, I read that before, Atlas Shrugged, and I think the themes are similar, more developed, of course, than Atlas Shrugged. And, but we are, there's lots of information out there. Incels, I'm going to say, also have they're beginning their own book list and stuff. They have some academics on their side. And, there's obviously something there. And, the shy man syndrome, that's what they're going to sort of call it. MGTOW are more into the bachelorhood analogy, and the incels are more into the shy man. But I don't think incel is shy man, and I don't think MGTOW is bachelor. So there's something deeper to both of them. There's something more contemporary and not necessarily that common trend we had. That a man was able to, and everyone wanted him to get married, and yet he didn't. And there wasn't a disposability of him, and nobody would have accepted a disposability of him. And if he had, by fate, married a shrew with a shrill tongue, nobody would have been forcing him to, bow down to her wishes, and kept her in a condition to which he had been accustomed. No, there was none of that. So, yeah. MGTOW is more to that, out of just positive good sense, where your actions meet your words, and that's it. And so if your words say, I'm not going to take a risk for no value, then your action would be towards monkhood. But again, if you want to spend a couple of $100 and go to Vegas, okay, that's your choice. If you want to fly out on a vacation, whatever you want to do, you're going your own way. You're just staying safe. You're not paying all sorts of money, a $400 fucking dinner for some bimbo, so she can sit on her fucking hand phone and gab to all her friends what fucking restaurant she's at. No, go to hell. So. See? There. Yeah. Iron Johnny Midnight. That's right. I think all MGTOW stumble across a lot of those channels. And some of them come in, and some of them get MGTOW, and some of them know that there's Iron Men in MGTOW. There's no fucking question. It's not a matter of not wanting to capture your masculinity. It's about not having women define what masculinity means for you, or even other men. So when Iron John starts to define masculinity, I think MGTOW say, fuck off. You don't have the right to do that. Fuck off. It may be some of that for some men. It may be something else for other men. But yeah, if you want to do it, that looks great. That looks great on you. You're doing a good job. Yeah. No question. No fucking question. I remember hearing about that book way back. And, I didn't read it, but I heard a synopsis, or read a couple of synopses, and people were talking about it. And, maybe we should have a show on that, Eggy Noggy. That sounds like a good idea. If you've read it, maybe you can come on. We'll have a discussion on it. That sounds like a good idea. And, okay, right there. right there. The issue is how men and women define high value men differently. Yep. No, that's it right there. And who in the fuck cares how a woman defines it? Fuck off. There. Gynocentric definition. Some guy, says about these men, these men are average looking men. How in the hell can they say this? Who in the fuck cares what a man looks like? That's not how a fucking man defines a high value man. I don't care if he looks like an Adonis, if he's a creep to men or women or children or whatever. I don't fucking care what he looks like. I want to know how he acts, how he is. So no, I don't go for your gynocentric definitions. Yeah. Oh, okay. Do you want to come in and talk? By all means. We're always open here. I'm on a roll. We don't have much time left, but if you want to come up and end the stream today, you got something to say, we'd like to have you on. Yeah. No, that's great. How did you come on before? Did you come on in... I got my Discord open. I'm in Broadcast 1. If you want to come back in, by all means. Anyone else? Again, I'm just open to suggestions all the time. No worries. I had my idea of anticipation, and I only got that this morning. After what I saw, and you saw the pictures, we don't know what in the hell's going on. Discord, okay, we're in. Let me get my headphones on. Yep, I can hear you. Now. Good. That was fast, man. How are you, Okie? Yeah.
Just chilling before I head to bed here.
Okay, good. I think you're coming in now to the men in the chat. I had you off for some reason, but I had the Discord audio capture off. I think we're on now. Just checking with everyone. You like to go to the gym, do you?
Yeah, I mean, each training session for me is like 3.5 hours long.
Okay, good.
And today I had legs, and on the weekdays I usually go just right after work.
Yeah.
And then I go home from there.
What are you doing on your legs?
And today I saw on legs I just stick to the good stuff. I do more just squats, deadlifts, leg press, hip thrusts. There's a certain Nautilus machine that I love to do hip thrusts on.
Okay.
Instead of using a barbell, just because it's much safer.
Okay.
And then hip thrusts, squats, deadlifts, leg press, and then calves.
Yeah, you got to kill the calves, man. I used to do the calves for a long time, man.
And
massive weights. I put massive
Romanian
weights on.
Deadlifts.
Went up on the...
Yeah, and then...
on the calves.
Yeah, so my leg day is super simple.
What about hamstrings?
Upper body day is more complicated.
I like to do the hamstring pulls. The hamstring pulls. Are you getting your hamstrings? You got to get your hamstrings. Hamstring pulls.
Yeah, like I just do for hamstrings. I just do deadlifts, leg press, and RDLs. And I've been doing RDLs on a deficit.
Okay.
Because then I can get down to the ground without actually touching the ground.
Okay.
And then this week I've been doing them with a snatch grip, which is as hard as a deficit. So snatch grip, but on the ground instead of on a block, which is actually better for me because it's hard to stand on plates to do a deficit deadlift.
Yeah,
so I prefer doing a snatch grip style instead.
Yeah. I find I lose my balance whether I'm on the wood or something. Anyway, no, that sounds good. I treated my hamstrings individually. I did the leg curls, the line leg curls. Those. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I pulled my hamstring, so I guess I was sensitive about it. I pulled it when I was doing fencing at university. I pulled my fucking hamstrings and had to go into a competition. God, it hurt, Anyway.
Jeez.
But, no, that sounds great. It sounds great to get into the gym. And, this is part of the Iron John thing we were just talking about. What is that? This is book by Robert Bly, and my God, when was it? It was back in what, the 70s or something. I'll just look it up now.
Was Robert Bly the same guy who did the 48 Laws of Power? I think I've heard about that guy,
Oh, um,
or he did something else. I'm not sure.
I don't know if he did the 48 Things of Power. Um, so it was 1990. So Iron John was 1990, and
Huh.
so let me try the 48 Rules of Power, Laws of Power. No, that's by Robert Greene. So
Oh, that's
so we had
someone else.
Robert and Robert. So Greene and Bly. Yeah.
Oh, Rob Green. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a parable about a boy maturing into adulthood with the help of the wild man. Wow,
Hmm.
that sounds great. And it's about men recapturing their internal masculinity. And
Oh, that's good.
oh yeah, no, it's a
Good
good thing.
subject.
And as far as I know, I haven't heard any MGTOW who's read it or heard about it um, say anything bad about it. And
Huh.
it's looking further from just the physical aspect of it into a higher consciousness. So it's taking you back into your very being and being in the world. I've only heard good things about it, but I have not read the book. So do Thoreau,
Huh.
do Iron John. This is good things. As far as I know, MGTOW is aligned with Iron John.
Also,
So
see if there's like a YouTube audio book on that.
yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
Luckily, people have done some recordings on YouTube.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys in Iron John, they work out. They work out a lot, and there's going on retreats and stuff. You can have Iron John outings, like outbound groups, and they go into the forest and they do the manly thing, and whatever that would be. You start fires and you build a place to sleep for the night. And you're getting out there, getting back to nature, getting back to the primal and the primordial drives that make men build. And okay, there might be competition,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
never gets out of hand. We don't want that. A little competition's fine. A little back and forth, straighten things out, and
Yeah, with men, like a little bit of competition is totally fine.
yeah,
It's only with women where when they compete, then they totally destroy each other, have fallouts and all that stuff.
yeah.
But
No,
men
you
will
can have the
compete
bitch. I'm
and
out of
then
here.
stay friends. And then,
See, this is the new way, and it should be the new way. If you want that bitch, you can have her. Go for it. Yeah. See you, Thread. Thanks for coming in. Nice chat. Great chat today. And no, this is the MGTOW
yes,
community is big and connected with so many other groups, more or less. And
yeah. What's funny today is now we're seeing you know it's so crazy since Tommy Lauren did her whole rant. Now we have more people to use to hold up as this prime example of how women are today, and then use that example to look how other women are talking online and go,
yep,
oh, you're being the exact same way. Now you can just get it figured out pretty quick.
yep,
And so there's this whole thing in the African American community on different channels where it's how to be a high value man, how women can get with a high value man, all this stuff. And it's just crazy because the thing is, the problem that I have is, so one of my favorite content creators, Red Pill Men's Health, he's a MGTOW guy, and he did an interview with this guy who's the divorced dadvocate, and their interview basically found out that this guy who's the divorced dadvocate is basically he's red pill, but he would still get married again, knowing all the risks with the court system and female nature being all the same, that he would still go through it all again. And so, in my opinion, that guy is going to fail again because, you know, these guys just, promote the hope strategy, like Coach Greg Adams says, where you're just, hoping it's all going to work out. But, she doesn't have to do much work or put in much effort because the court system is the way it is. And like you never see women, arguing to change the laws because, why would they? It's just they just want men to change to be better so that they benefit from men being better.
Yeah, and better,
She
and
wants you to earn more money so that she has more money to take from you
that's right.
in the divorce.
Yeah. So better for them is not better for men. This is, your comment earlier that they're defining what is better and what is not for men, and this whole thing is just got to stop. And when men talk about having poor social skills, well, who in the hell's defining these social skills? Women are. And women have this relational ability in their brains. We see in the MRI they have large communication skills on the left and a big chunk on the right. Men have it only smaller on the left. And they suddenly say that men should be having greater social skills like women. No, your brains are wired for that. So shut the fuck up when you're talking to men. This is it. Stop defining how men should be. Men are silent.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, with all this stuff about game and whatnot, you basically have to, you know, be a a clown, like like a court jester.
Yeah, that's it.
You have to, you have to have all the jokes in the back of your hand, all that stuff. You can just pull out the jokes and just make her laugh, and your job as a man is just to entertain her.
Yeah. This
crazy.
this would be called in the olden days a dandy. So if you're a dandy, then you can flit about and amuse the women, and you look nice, and you talk glibly, and all the compliments are flowing over, and everyone loves you, and everyone meaning women, and because women love you, men have to like you, because you can't be impolite. But these are dandies, and of course, I believe they have larger communication skills. They're left brainers, as it were. And so getting up here and talking like this is great, Oki, because not many men can do it. And I'm going to ask now about Johnny. Johnny, did you get the link? Can you get in here? I see you online. We're in broadcast 1. And it's not every man who can come up here and sort of groove and riff and talk and make it happen. It takes some practice. I'm going to give you that. It takes some practice to get up here and do it. But keep on doing it. But we're not wired for
definitely.
this.
I mean, it's super hard just to think of all this stuff on the fly. And like when I do my videos, I usually just do the voiceover and just kind of do it once, listen to it, and then call it good, because I don't want it to be so perfect where I have nothing else to talk about in a next video.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to get my thoughts out there, call it good, figure out the title afterwards,
Can you
and
hear
then move
me?
on from
Yep.
there.
Okay.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny, we can hear you. Please speak some more.
Johnny, are you there?
Hello. Check,
Internet
check,
phone?
check.
Keep on talking.
Hello.
Keep on talking.
Johnny, how's it going, man?
Hi, hi. How are you doing?
We're doing great. How are you, Johnny?
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me in real time?
Yeah, we're hearing you
Yeah,
here in the
man.
Discord. How about the men in the chat? This is your first time on Discord, isn't it? You've always come into Hangouts before.
Yeah, like I miss Google Hangouts because it was like real time, and this is delayed.
Yeah. You got to shut off your YouTube thing and just go in the Discord.
Johnny, are you on your phone or your computer?
Okay. Hang on. Just like get out of YouTube.
Well, just mute it. Mute it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we're doing okay.
And
We're just doing a test here, people. We like to get Johnny Midnight on here, and he's trying a new technology, and so no worries. Working out all the kinks here. It's good to do.
I'm a boomer and Gen X. So you know.
Yeah, you're the same as me. You're right at
Hello?
the cusp. You're right at the cusp, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm 57.
Yeah. Pretty. 46.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
definitely in the Gen X territory then. I'm at the very edge of it.
Dead in the middle. In the middle.
But
yeah.
It's not a matter of age. It's a sort of a matter of your outlook. And so, did you want to climb the corporate ladder? Did you want to, get married in the white picket fence and all of that? Because if you did, you're a boomer.
I did get a promotion again today.
Woohoo!
So
are we in
Very
celebration
nice.
mode?
not really. I don't think I'm gonna like it very well.
Oh no!
But-
Oh God, Johnny! Are you gonna have to give orders to women?
No. A woman is giving orders to me, and she is like, oh man, she's a real goof.
Oh,
She is just on.
Good.
Yeah, she is on her time. You know what I mean? She is just like one of those people that takes everything lackadaisically and let's be loosey goosey and do everything when I want it to be. And I'm like, well, when do I start? Oh, in the next few weeks. Well, how do you define the next few weeks? Do I have a date?
Yeah. No.
Man, God.
So, my recommendation is dust off your CV, put it out there, try to get a new job based upon your new promotion, and record every conversation with her and everyone else.
Yeah.
You do that, Johnny. You fucking well do it, man.
I will.
Okay.
Honestly, I will. I mean, the thing is that this is somebody that is just kind of given her position, through, affirmative action or whatever have you. And at the same time, she's just kind of like, all right, everybody, let's talk about our feelings. And I'm like, okay, I feel great with the promotion, but could you tell me when do I start? Like, give me a date. When it happens. What the fuck? Come on.
Yeah, then you don't have a promotion. I don't know what the fuck you got. That's weird.
If I were your boss, it's like, you are going to start at 12:35.31 20 million seconds at, this date, and do not be late.
Do not be late.
You know what I mean? And I always show up 15 minutes early. And I'm Irish, and we're known for being late. Not me. I wanted to belay that kind of stereotype. So I always try to show up a little bit beforehand. And I really don't know when I begin this thing.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's a big pay bump. Yeah, it's a big pay bump, but I'm also working under,
stress.
A Tommy Lahren,
Yeah, you're working under stress.
Like,
so this
I'm pretty and I'm proud. Woo!
Yeah,
God,
it's good you get it, but you're under stress now, so you have to manage this stress. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's like, I'm sorry if I'm kind of stumbling a little bit. It's Friday night. I got a promotion. I had a few beers. Give me a break. But you know what? I have nothing else to do but talk to you guys. But either way, at least I'm not on a date. But seriously though, I am really in a pickle with this because I'm saying to myself, well, what if I'm scheduled without knowing it, and then I get a no-call, no-show? I have never been late. I've never been absent. Nothing in my 5 years at this company. And I just say to myself, this person is not actually sabotaging me. She's just, her stupidity may be my downfall.
Yes, it might be.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
It's like, oh, I wanted you to show up at 9 today, but you showed up at 10. And I said, well, my schedule said show up at 10. And like, yeah, but the schedule said it, but I felt 9. And you didn't show up at 9. Feelings were hurt. Bye-bye, bitch. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I don't want to fall into that. It's just like, come on. I follow the letter, not the color. Simple as that. And I'm sure everybody in the chat agrees, you know?
Yeah, the thing that I find at work is that, for my situation, when everyone's freaking out, everyone is, trying to, figure out, what's going on with their little piece of information and then causing a huge email chain that doesn't need to be caused, and then it's,
Right.
requires one person to be semi-masculine to go, okay, here's the situation, here's logically what's going on, here's how we fix it, and then we fucking move on with our lives,
Right.
to the next thing. There doesn't need to be some huge, drama, huge theater of everyone going batshit crazy. Just here's the solution. We do it. We move on to the next thing, and that's it.
Well, Oklahoma, we have to live by math. It's simple as that. I mean, give me a number, give me a time, give me, something concrete that I could go with rather than go with the flow. I mean,
oh God.
Have you ever actually had to work under that? Go with the flow. Do what feels right. I don't get it.
Luckily, no, because where I work, everyone seems to be trying to put more and more procedure and crap in place. And I have a meeting for my department at 8:45 every morning, so I have to make sure that I'm there for that, and then the day starts after that.
Okay.
And we talk about the same stuff, and then any problems, all that stuff, and then we just start the day, and that's that.
Well, I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, I like routine. I like being boring. I like having prediction because that way I can operate within my rubric. And like what you just illustrated. But when it comes to this, kind of ethereal type of, unstructured structure, then you never know what's going to happen or you can do and everything like that. And the thing is that like fellow females in my company can go along with it and get the pass from it. Whereas if I am late or if I am absent, even, God forbid, I am going to, really get reprimanded or possibly terminated.
Johnny, you know about the double standard.
Yeah, and women will, get a pass for
They get a
going
pass.
crazy, emailing stupid things.
You gotta dust off your CV.
Oh yeah.
You're in stress land. I hope you enjoy the money. Take the money and try to figure out when you start. The best thing to do also is to put things in writing. So just confirming that I am not starting my position this week, and then send that out to her so that there's a confirmation.
Well, MV, you bring up a good point. Nothing was in writing. This was actually promoted to me in farts.
For God's sakes, man, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, exactly. Where do I go? You know, I mean, how much more am I going to make? I got promoted, so could I at least sign something for it?
Yeah, there should be a
And
form.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah, just confirming that I'm not starting my new position this week, and that any papers I have to sign are will be available at what office or something like that. So put it in questions, but get something in writing.
Yeah, I will actually. One of my current supervisor, who's also female, she doesn't take any shit really, which is I like that. She's like, oh
She's got
yeah,
to know, I
that
would think.
woman who promoted you. No, she said that woman who promoted you
Yeah.
lives in another dimension.
Oh,
I
for
was like,
fuck's
God damn it,
sakes!
what did I do?
What did you do?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
MGTOW Ghost Level 4,
women are
Johnny.
critical.
Oh.
I know, right? Women are critical of other women, and this, her name's Sue, and she said, "Oh man."
We don't want to hear that.
My current boss, she said, "Oh, come on,
Never use real
man.
names.
I,
Never use
I,
real
I
names.
have your back." But I was like, "Thanks," but
I know. Oh, for God's sakes! No, this is
I didn't say her
devolving.
real name was Sue, but her name is
Yeah,
could
yeah,
be Sue.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's just refer to her as Imelda. There we go.
Imelda.
Yeah.
Us said, "Yeah, this woman is just
In another dimension.
the job on a planet
Yeah, I don't know.
in another dimension." And
Okay, Johnny, you're breaking up a bit for me right now. You've been great.
okay,
You've been great so far, but you're just breaking up now.
okay. Check. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yep. Sound great. Sound great.
Okay.
Is it
I
just
hear
Okay.
you.
is it just me, General Kinetics, or did Johnny just break up?
No,
Okay,
it sounds all right.
Oh, he
Yeah,
did.
I only
MP,
have
did.
you're
2 out of
breaking
4
up.
bars,
Now
it's
I'm
gonna be a
breaking
little
up.
bit
Okay,
breaky
I'm
for
just.
me.
I just want to know who's breaking up
It's
here.
all your fault.
It's my fault.
I only have like 2 out of 4 bars, so it's gonna be breaking for me a little bit.
Okay.
I have
Anyway,
not gotten
we're
home internet in
we're
my house.
basically near the end of our stream. We were going to bring in MGTOW Absolute Knowledge onto the stream, but probably not this week, as we normally end just roughly this time. But MGTOW Absolute MGTOW Absolute Knowledge has been doing a marathon live stream, sometimes with guests, including New Era MGTOW Monk, who's a regular here, and other MGTOW people who I maybe or don't know. I think this is great. We'll hopefully get MGTOW Absolute Knowledge on next week. And I think probably at this time, with Johnny coming on, testing out his gear, it sounds good, Johnny. And maybe we'll end the stream now. Because I think I'm having some technical problems. And we'll get out on a good note.
Yeah. You're really waveforming, like glitching.
I'm glitching, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I have had some trouble here on multiple levels. So anyway, we'll end off with any final words from Johnny Midnight.
Everybody have a good midnight. It's almost time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Good. Okay, MGTOW, any final words?
No, I'll talk to you guys next time.
Excellent.
There's
Well,
always so much to go over, so many crazy things happening every day.
yeah, there is. And you're always welcome here, and keep up the good content and keep on working out. That's good to do. So anyway, we'll end the stream now with
Thank you. Yep.
MGTOW Aplenty in 2020.